And we are back with Svavelvinter, Sulfurvinter, the Conflux Saga, Erik Granström's first epic campaign in the strange lands of Tricoria. Ah, yes, here we are. Yes. So, what do we start with? Maybe introducing everyone. I'm Mikael, and my players are...
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I play Eldrida da Vumbra, and I'm a bit of a hippie ranger potion maker.
True enough.
I am Harsmina. I play Nefria da Kolhalla. I am a kind of classic face of a secret agent, and I'm out there getting stuff done and trying to do my best to undermine Tricoria wherever and whenever I can.
Down with the Empire! There we go.
I'm the infamous Rob, and I'm playing Sir Artegue da Fontra Cilor, who coincidentally also hates the Tricorian Empire. Other than that, he's the party's strongman and is batting 100... No, wait. We established batting's the wrong comparison. He's pulling 100% on keeping party members alive. There you go.
I am Goat. I'm playing Sifanu da Krimbydh. I am the healer and necromancer of the group. So that's always fun.
Indeed. Well, yes, it's a weird kind of combination, isn't it?
Healer and necromancer.
Because medicine ability, but necromancer because necromancy. He knows anatomy. How about that?
It all makes perfect sense to me.
Exactly. Oh dear. Shall we summarize for the purpose of the audience benefit last session? We've already done a thing like this in Discord, but yeah.
You want to read the notes, Rob?
Yeah, sure. I will, hold on, let me pull that window over here to where I can read it more easily. All right, so we finished burying the druids. We made sure the monastery wouldn't be invaded by animals. We blew the horn with a little help from Briar. We had a standoff with Goddard's Reavers because Goddard's Hounds is, of course, pejorative, and that's not nice. We were led by Haka and are now Nefria's best friends. Then the Caboose came, who are now... Am I saying that right, Caboose?
Technically it's Kvurs with an R at the end.
Kvurs. All right. Well, yeah, this is what you get. Hold on. Kvurs. I'll fix that. So then the Kvurs came, and, we managed to keep Nefria's Reavers and the Kvurs from fighting each other, which was a good start. And turns out that they're very grateful that we freed them from the evil Shagulites, apparently. Not that, which we did on purpose.
100%.
100% on purpose. They've got a wise woman named Aksa and a chief called Uma. Uma kind of speaks our language. Nobody else does. Fortunately, their women folk are really into Artegue, which is great. We are their chosen ones, which might be great. We are definitely here to make Sulfur Winter end. Not sure what that entails, but according to them, that's what we're here for. We have weapons for the Masters. Don't know who the Masters are. And yeah. But we're going to deliver the weapons to the Masters because the dead spirit that Sifanu talks to definitely agrees that's where the weapons need to go. Then, after blowing the horn caused the giant Great Thule to show up, who Nefria also convinced Tricoria has done terrible things to the druids and let them die at the hands of the Shagulites. So there's, of course, Fenn's Great Thule. Great Thule has a deal, or sorry, I think the Giants have an agreement with the druids that when they blow the horn and they're in need, the Giants will come do some stomping. So we've got the horn and we've blown it, and Great Thule's going to go get his son. And he's going to meet us out by the marshes when we're done there, presumably, and go thumping.
Presumably.
In a real nutshell, the Kvors show us the way to these marshes. They show us a way through the mountains. The Kvors themselves don't come with us because this is, of course, taboo territory for them, but Nefria's Reavers do. And they help us scout the area, find the altar where Shulaban's Holy Bull Man goes, which is clearly magical, opens up the ground, shows us a stone that we open, and that's where we start.
Indeed. Before we jump into that, did anyone want to update your temporary goals for this session?
I do, because I've basically accomplished the major part of that by bringing Parama to my sway. And I assume during our travel time, I have been telling her how awesome the moon goddess is and mentioning, her most devout servant, Fundibéra.
Yes.
And,
well, I mean, if you want to, I can get, so since you weren't here last session, we can definitely have you roll, it's going to be a water roll to convince her, because she is already a Khmorda druid, right? She's not likely to turn away from the glacier towards Fundibéra.
That's not the goal. I'm not trying to convince her to do anything. I'm just trying to make those water druids an ally of our mystical realm as well.
Yeah, that's not going to be any problem at all, because clearly you have taken her under her wing and helped her with everything, so she's absolutely fine with that. Apparently, if she sees you as a representative of the priestesses of the moon goddess,
great.
They are nice. Clearly, she's gonna, obviously, knowing her, she's gonna be absolutely shocked if she ever went to a celebration or a holiday for the moon goddess. But
we have really big parties. It's fun.
But at this point, she is just absolutely, I shall say, moon-eyed over the moon goddess and Eldrida's representation thereof. So yes, we can definitely switch out the temporary goal. So.
And has Parama displayed any sort of magic or powers or anything as of yet? Because I know I wasn't here last game.
Yes, she did a blessing in the crypt, invoking Khmorda, and I mean, since Eldrida wasn't technically down there when she, or maybe you were just to keep an eye on her, it got very cold very fast to preserve the bodies, so she can clearly speak to the glacier and its elemental, spiritual, etheric flows, if you will. This is a bit beyond Eldrida's head at the moment because, of course, she is not a spellcaster herself, so...
No, okay, well then I will update my temporary goal to be more in line with my shadow command, and I'll try to, because we're heading into this site and there's supposed to be relics according to Briar, so I'm gonna try to bring something magical home for my shadow power. That's my goal. I can type it in.
Okay, you can, yes, of course. Sorry.
Does that sound good? Does that work?
That sounds great. Sifanu, do you want to... I think your dig up ancient artifacts is probably appropriate for this session as well. You're literally with a shovel in your hand right now.
It's the thing I've been trying to do for the last 5 sessions, so yeah, I think I'm...
Artegue, I can finally deliver these weapons.
Yes, these weapons have been like a boat anchor around Artegue's neck for far too long. We tried to deliver them forever ago.
No.
We tried to find druids to take them off my hands, but no. So now here, these masters are taking these freaking swords.
I love it. How about Nefria? Your last one is, I must continue to undermine Tricorian authority. There isn't a whole lot of Tricorian authority right here.
Yeah, I'm not actually super sure on a good temporary goal for this session. I was hoping maybe I could mess with some of those, because there's supposed to be Tricorian guards at the dig site. So I was hoping maybe to make some friends there.
Yeah, there's nobody else here except you guys.
Well, there are those 3 skeletons. You could be friends with them.
Oh
I
dear.
can make them your best buddies if you want.
Yeah, go. Sifanu can heal them.
Heal.
They will walk again. How about that?
Let's go with find evidence of Tricorian oppression.
All right.
Because if I remember right, the this place, if it does prove the theory of an older precursor empire race thing, that does fly against Tricorian scholarly thought. Yeah.
That's true. Yes, this is absolutely true. If you can bring evidence back to the Trisilva Academy that all these Tricorian scholars are wrong, they are not the summit of creation. They are not the pinnacle of everything in society and anything social, because there was in fact this great civilization before them that outshone them. They're a pale reflection, I say. Then yes, that would undermine. That would undermine. That's a clever angle to take. Yes, I like it. I think the only one who would be happy with that would be Briar and his master Tassimbar, because they would be like, "We got prestige now.
Right, like,
Well,
We win the academic race. We're gonna
We
be
have our
cited
own
so many
theory."
times now." Yes, a bit of academic humor there for you. And anyway, you could tell
gonna be
I'm
so published.
Yeah. I don't have enough publications. Anyway. Yes, so we were, in fact, leaving off. It was not quite the afternoon. It was, in fact, starting to become evening-ish. And you had just opened up a door in a mound, in that side of the mound. And we're basically looking into the darkness of that passage right into the pitch black, when you hear, you're just about to sort of equip yourselves with torches, I'm gonna assume, because going into the dark without torches is folly. Who would have the torches, by the way? Artegue is going to be really hard to swing a two-hand hammer in there.
I'm gonna need a torch bearer.
I think it was Sifanu. We talked about this before, because the rest of us are two-handed.
Sifanu, that's great. And what kind of pokey thing would you even use there, Sir Artegue, being the muscle? If you go first and encounter legions of, I don't know what, monsters, demons, what have you, you're not going to be able to swing that hammer in there, given just how small that opening is.
Oh, well, that's super unfortunate. I don't think I actually have a good non-hammer option. Yeah, I suppose Sifanu's knife.
Yes, okay, that works.
A beer bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, someone have like a bottle of wine or something. I would totally use that.
Oh, I have actually some a couple bottles of volatile spirits in my riot gear kit.
Yeah, I think we'll save those for a fiery surprise. I'll just I'll stick with the knife and maybe find honestly. All right. I think I'm overthinking this. It must be simple enough to wander back outside of this place, find like a stout stick that I can use as a short club and walk back in with it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought I might be overanalyzing
this.
Yes.
I'm not going to say that it's not completely rotten necessarily. It might be, but it might not be. It's
smarter,
a
not
swamp.
harder.
It's been.
I thump it once and go, okay, fine. It didn't fall apart. We'll start with this, and if it falls apart, we'll see what happens then.
Yep. As you are doing all this, there will in fact be a howl coming up from Nefria's reavers up in to the east. direction. It's and all the Reavers who are not there, like they've without Nefria necessarily directing them, they've fanned out, like made a picket line around the dig site. A few of them are kept in reserve in the center because with military precision, if there's an alarm at one point, they want to be able to get there fast. But yeah, so they get alert and they move out there, and they will. One of them will quickly be running on all fours, in fact, because when they have to move that fast, apparently they do all fours, and run up to Nefria. Stranger, furless apes coming. Humans.
Are they the green people? Are the Shagulites?
No, not green people. They smell only of strong drink.
Oh, let's go that way.
Well, let's go meet them. Are they being aggressive? Are they like armed and swords unsheathed? How are they coming at us?
Only one sword.
Yeah, we could take him. Let's go talk. Let's go talk and see what's going on.
Yeah, you will find, I'm gonna put them on this map here for simplicity's sake. They are on the other side of the mound, but just for you to be able to see them. Let's see, where's the garrison there? We want to have some Reavers out there. And I'm gonna put out like 6 of them, because the rest are still doing their picket somewhere else. And like so. And coming from the easterly direction is a group of 4, apparently. There we go. One immensely big man in the rear. He is, in fact, dressed in woolens, a tunic with a leather hauberk over it, hoses, good sturdy boots, and a sword in his hand, actually, though all the Reavers around, half of them have their bows up, the other half have their two-handed swords ready. He's clearly outmatched, but he is as big as Sir Artegue, easily. Like, he's a unit, this man. Standing right behind him, is a young woman, and she is dressed in black and red algae silk clothes with very big buckles in silver and gold, with a nice silver necklace that glints a bit in the dark. She has a dagger in her belt, and she's completely raven black hair that she's used some kind of fat to do it backwards. She moves as lithely as a dancer. Eldrida would have a run for her money here in terms of just pure dexterity. And together with them is another woman who is kind of stumbling around. She's definitely not dressed for marshland. She has decent enough boots, I suppose, but her clothes, some is woolen, other is algae silk, as best as she can, but it's kind of rumpled algae silk, like she doesn't have enough money to change the clothes very often. To Sir Artegue, she looks kind of like someone who's trying to act above her own station. She's trying to mimic the way a noble would dress without knowing exactly where that buckle should go, where the patterns around the hem should go. Maybe she's inverted them, they're upside down, that kind of stuff. You probably, Nefria, peg her as sleazy car salesman, except Renaissance. So cart salesman, I guess.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Kind of person you don't buy a horse from.
Whereas
Yes.
like literal snake oil are the ones who are peddling the magic potions that are just lead and mercury.
Yes, she has a very fine hat that is now very torn, and there's like a feather sticking out of it, and it's kind of broken. And the final person is a nun. She is dressed in a grey robe, walking with a great deal of care. Her face is one of simple tranquility, even with 6 wolfkin weapons bearing down. She simply stopped in her tracks and just watches everything unfold. And that's what you can all see.
All right. Well, I will kind of walk forward just a little bit. You know, I'm not really armed. I have a dagger at my side. I haven't drawn it yet. I'm not being overtly aggressive at these people. You know, very much going for the diplomacy angle here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hello. We're but humble archaeologists. What brings you to this you know, a place of artifacts and ruins?
Oh, I am so happy. This is the lady with the hat that has the broken feather. The cart saleswoman. Hello! She takes off her hat. I am so pleased to see you. It takes 2 more steps. Clutch. Our guide abandoned us. But we saw the fire from your camp. It's so happy to see. We saw the people standing up. You don't have a campfire, do you? No, we saw people moving here in the. So we simply guessed that this must be the right way to go. She would say. She wouldn't mention a campfire if she don't have one. She must have seen the silhouettes of people walking up and down the mount.
Why did your guide abandon you?
Because he said it is a cursed place. You know, the locals are so very superstitious. But we have heard that there was an archaeological expedition on this island, and we have heard that you had left just, in fact, the very morning that we arrived to Arhem. So we decided that maybe there could be an opportunity here for us to collaborate. You see, deep bow. My name is Roba Redcalf. I am the simple manager of our little group, and she points towards the other 2. Not the nun, mind you. This is Dija Damagi, the best dancer on Marjura, and this is Gistaki, the strongest man on Marjura. And he kind of looks a bit awkward at that. He has a bit of a shiner, actually. Yes. And this is a companion who decided to go with us. She is the nun Mogerlun. We do not know her previously, but she is apparently a member of a monastic order studying the world. So she decided to come with. So, yes. We can help, is what I'm trying to say. You see, I have connections all over Tricoria, so if you happen to come upon some kind of fortuitous treasures around here, well, I am your lady to help you, shall we say, peddle them,
But, Nefria, I shouldn't talk to them, but we don't need any help. Can you make them go away?
I mean, like, I was gonna kind of say, like, you know, gangster recognize gangster. I'm immediately suspect of this kind of like smarmy, slimy person's, you know, just excuses and approach and, you know, great story. Why is there a
dancer here? I'm confused. Why would they bring a dancer?
Right, you know, can I see if this guy's like, you know, if she's feeding me a line of bullshit?
How about a water roll on that?
Okay.
I will definitely use one of my fate dice here as GM. That gives her 3 dice.
1, 2, 3.
That's 2 successes.
Ho-ho.
And you have 2 successes. That means, since she is trying... She's the initiator here. Since she is trying to pull wool over your eyes, and she started, she's the aggressor, which means that at even, she wins. So you would have to re-roll that 3rd die of yours, using an experience if you have one that is applicable. I'm not sure you do. I have found useful things in the most unlikely of places. Would that apply here?
Can I just, like, happen to look down and find, like, oh, here's, like, a chintzy artifact. Take this, go away, and study it. Get out of here.
You know what? That is, you're using your inexhaustible knapsack, aren't you?
I think so. Like, can I just kind of, like, be like, here's an artifact there.
You can do that. Why not? So basically, she will be able to... I mean, we can continue the confrontation here. At this point, she's giving you 1 point of doubt, which gives her an extra die, but we can continue rolling, and you might be luckier the next time, right? Did you roll... Oh, you did actually use your Machinator right now, so you haven't spent any of your fate dice. But you can also concede to her and say, yes, we can, you can be here and help us, and then do the thing with a knapsack and hope that it works out.
I think I'll go that route. I think rather than, like, re-rolling on stuff, I think I'll, like, take the, okay, sure, well, like, here, take this. I think I like that route.
Okay. Suddenly I'm opening the document with the rules, and apparently Microsoft Word is doing an update right now. Dear Lord. Okay, I will...
Have you asked Clippy for help?
I see you're trying to run a game.
Exactly. Okay, here we go.
Oh, man.
Inexhaustible knapsack. There we go. So... roll water plus at least 1 fate die. You want an artifact style item. Since you happen to be literally in this area, like if you had rolled this in the middle of a town square somewhere, I would have set a high difficulty. But since you are in fact in Cruri, odds are something is sticking out of the mud underneath you. So difficulty is 1. Roll water plus at least 1 fate die.
Alright, so water plus 1
spend one of those.
die.
That gives you 4 dice.
Oh, come here. Alright, you 1, 2, 3, 4.
Roba will have a bonus die for your doubt there, but that might not help because that's 2 successes. I'm going to spend another fate die for her, so she has 3d6. And I only get the single success. You do 2 points of damage to her doubt, which is more than she did to you. She kind of looks at that and says, "Oh, well, isn't that wonderful? Oh, that's an amazing piece. Yes. If you get, let's see now, she has... If you get 1 more point of doubt on her, she will in fact break and leave.
Alright, so do I just, like, roll an additional die? How do I set this up?
You can, for example, you could check off your I have found useful things in the most unlikely of places experience, and re-roll the 1 and the 3. That would also, in fact, mean that the moment you have done something about Fingolf, you will be able to level up.
Alright, so then I'm re-rolling 2 die, correct?
Yes.
Boom. Come on. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Boom. How about... Oh, God. There. Now do the thing. Oh, failures across the board for me today.
Yes. She is hesitant. Like, you have a bunch of wolfkin around you. In fact, I'm going to give you an extra die for all the scary wolfkin around you. I forgot that, so give yourself another die.
She wants to believe. Like,
she wants to not get shot by a bunch of arrows. Well, 3 successes. It's not going to do more damage to her doubt, but we will study that over here, she says. This is the way you read it, Nefria, is she's not going to completely go away, but she gets the hint and she's not going to just walk into the whole thing. As all this is going on, the dancer, for lack of a better word, Deidre, she is looking a lot at Sifanu, and she's smiling. Sifanu, fancy finding you here.
Give Sifanu a nudge with the elbow and a
Yeah. You know her? Biblically? Is that what the...
Does she look familiar?
She does. I have sent you a small note there.
Read your private GM messages.
Exactly. On the Zoom chat.
Gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately. We were rivals in school.
See.
Like she had unrequited feelings for you, kind of rivals, or?
No,
You
more
guys-
like trying to get the master's attention kind of right.
You wouldn't just leave us stranded out here, would you? She says.
Well, I hardly think you're stranded. You got yourself here, didn't you?
That's a fair point, I suppose.
Look, I was hired to guide. 1, 2, 3. I count our party and I say this many people. And I was not hired to guide any extras.
I'm sure we're not extras, says Deidre.
Elle has about no tact, so she'll just say, I mean, you have to pay me then. That's all there is to it.
I'm sure that can be arranged, says she, and looks...
And if you guys are going to accept
Content?
our, protection, the giant guy is going to need to give up the sword.
He's just like, never. I protect her, and he points towards Deidre.
Ah, so you don't need our protection then.
They look pretty well off to me. You guys.
Which one of them reeks of booze?
That would be apparently a robot.
You poor robot. Just sent out here, meeting this pack of animals.
Yep.
Why? We are archaeologists hired for this mission. Why are you here?
Why are you asking Deidre this?
I'm asking Roba as the leader.
I go wherever the wind blows, and wherever there might be some extra coins to be made, I am very happy to help.
Oh, good. So you understand money. You understand funding. So we want to make sure, of course, that we're not assisting anybody with rival funding sources and who's funding us. So we need to know whose interests you're representing at this dig site.
Oh, we are, how can we say, we are simply free entrepreneurs, contractors, if you will, available for hire for any of your purposes.
Who's hired you?
Soon you, we hope?
So you hired a guide who brought you to here but wouldn't come in because it was taboo. and then came in here blindly until you saw movement over in this area, and then you ran over here because that was your plan to get here and then find someone to hire you in this taboo place that no one can find and no one comes to.
An archaeological expedition is the talk of the town, but we also know that archaeologists, being academics, are not always the most savvy in terms of, shall we say, appraisal of the artifacts. But here, I will venture to say that I might be of assistance.
Is Addertongue still with us?
Yep.
I look at him and I look at her and I say, I think you guys should date, maybe, if you were.
I do not know these people. They must have come with a convoy, says Shulaban.
Ooh. Nefria, ask them what else is going on in Arheim since we left.
Well, sounds like you guys are also, like fresh from the city here. What news is out there? And we're still mulling over whether or not we're gonna hire you on or offer you guys protection. I'm still not comfortable with the giant dude with the sword, so earn our trust here. What's up back in Arheim?
Oh, of course, says Roba again and does another flourish. Well, we can tell you about strange events and horrifying developments. For one thing, there was sickness in the sulfur camp. Yes, indeed there was. There's lots of whispering in town about who or what might have done that. Some say that it was the Shagolites. Others say that it was the Kmorda druids. Who knows? But rumor has it that camp guards have gone missing in the swamp. At least we know for a fact that for an entire day there was no production of sulfur at all. But that's not all. I have more news. I'm taking it that this is part of our business agreement, yes? That if I give you these news, we will collaborate on the findings as well?
If you give us this business news, we will consider collaborating with you.
Very well.
This is your buy-in to sit at the negotiation table.
Very well. You drive a hard bargain, my lady.
So I'm told.
Yes. Well, there was a banquet at the garrison, and, well, a banquet is kind of boring. We weren't there, of course we were not invited. Only important nobility was invited. Yes. But some interesting news have come out from that banquet, I would think. The Digitalunga is in town. Yes, the Tracorian Secret Service itself. Apparently, Colonel Prance da Kelve is leading this mission herself. You might have heard of her, the champion from the Toronda fencing tournaments in Tresilva. Yes, herself, in her own person, is there. I saw her walking up and down the streets with Tracorian soldiers around her. Apparently she's very angry about what happened in the sulfur camp and other things. Rumor has it she's trying to track a shipment of smuggled weapons.
Oh, the audacity.
Yes, indeed. She, in fact, I can tell you, she came on the same ship that we did. The Reaver's daughter, captained by no one else than Captain Malachi, who is apparently a kin of Deidre in a way. He's from the island of Crocs. You know the place where all the cannibal pirates live? That place. But he works for the captain of the Admirata Vemsica, the pirate queen. Yes, she contracts a lot with the Tracorian Navy to hunt down smugglers and the like. You have to keep your ears to the ground, you know. Other news. Yes, that captain has been seen together with some Lady Taralesi the Bravaletti from Paratorna and the colonel in question. And together with an inquisitor, Baru Erald de Mereld, I think his name is. They are conducting all sorts of work together. I don't know what. I just see them from a distance, you know, don't put my nose into things where they don't belong, you understand. But there was also a fire. Yep.
Oh my.
Yes, one of the houses, in fact, it is the house of the Shakello trading house. Trovindr da Holmes, you might have heard of. Everybody speaks that name now. Found dead in the fire. And Bodville Scoffer, who is the representative of the Shakello trading house and has that particular mansion, is very angry over all this because, again, it has delayed the administration of sulfur. That is the talk of the town. The other talk of the town is that apparently the procurator will get a war horse. Yes. It's still on one of the ships, or it was when we left. They have trouble getting it off the ship. But, yes. What else? I think that was it, yes. Poor Trovindr da Holmes, noble from Trinsmyran, apparently, who was in town to investigate the veracity of using Zombine for the Trinsmyran iron mines, has unfortunately passed away in a fire, yes.
Shame.
That is... Oh no, there was another thing happening. Yes, some ruffians attacked the Inquisitor. Yes, that happened too, before we left.
So
Did he
how
die?
No.
So how did your little 4-person group come about?
Oh, looks towards the nun. This nun Mogurlund simply travels the lands. She has apparently traveled all since from the Copper Sea, ever northwards across the continent. I'm sure she can speak for herself. We were simply saying that we would go after the archaeological expedition north towards Cruri and see how fortune might favor us. Kastiki favors the bold, after all. So here we are. Here we are. The nun is kind of nodding at this point. Yes, my monastic vows binds me to never interfere, only watch and see what happens.
And what monastery are you with?
I doubt that you would have heard of it. It is situated in the Colorite deserts of Soluna. That's like far south of the Copper Sea, so very, very, very far away from here. You have to get across the entire continent of Argon. First across the Copper Sea, then the entire continent of Argon, and then to Tricoria.
I see. So I have no recollection of what this is.
Nah. She's a bit interesting, though, because one of her eyes is greenish, and the other is purplish.
Heterochromia. What brings a dancer to, the ruins on an iceberg island, or why are you a dancer out here?
Well, she went to school with Sifanu. She's the dancer. My favorite.
Dija laughs a bit. I am simply seeing the world. Much like you, I would believe.
We're just on a job.
Well, dancing is a job, is it not?
Hardly a job for the current given locale. But hey, if you want to be out here dancing in the marsh, far be it for me to stop you. It's extra sticky. Do be careful. We've also given you an artifact for you guys to study. I feel like that's collaboration enough.
We will camp. We cannot return tonight, of course. It's too late. But we will camp over here. Points towards a place not too far away, like maybe a couple of 100 yards away from where you are.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Haka, good buddy. Haka, where you at?
Huh?
Haka, listen, could you set up 2 of your good boys, in between where we're gonna sleep and where they're gonna sleep, and, just, howl and cause a ruckus if, they decide to pay a late night visit.
I can do that.
You are the best, Haka. Thank you so much.
So they will kind of drift off to their own spot. Deidre will look towards Sifanu and do a little bit of this.
You're gonna have to fill us in on that.
Some other time.
Listen,
I'm interested in her and Mogurland and why they're here.
Sifanu, if you want to talk to him, the good boys, I'm sure they'll listen to you and they'll back off. But man, that's personal, man. I don't want no part of whatever that is. With you.
I don't think it's a good idea that we share any collaboration with them.
Absolutely.
But
Do not trust her.
we've been with Nefria at this point for far too long to not recognize a thinly constructed story that came about on the spot.
What?
Like,
I can't tell you for sure that they're lying, but I don't.
I mean, you could do, at this point, if you want to do like the water roll thing where you do your... oh, you don't have insight. That's true. Nefria does not have insight. That's other people who have insight. Okay, maybe one day in the future, when you have leveled up your Machinator, you will have the insight expertise and be able to tease out immediately what their motives are.
I was going to
Not
say that
tonight.
guy had a sword, and it looks like he can use it one-handed. We were looking for a one-handed weapon earlier, so...
He is big enough to use it one-handed, yes.
Is he bigger than me?
No.
Okay.
That's not even like a possibility. Unless he's a tall gold, but he is not.
They're flying demons and prophecy. I've pretty much thrown it can't happen out the window.
Yeah, his sword is a bastard sword, and he is... it's on his back, basically, yeah.
Would that also then be like inconveniently long to swing in this tiny
It would
tunnel?
be a bit long, yeah, it would be a bit
Okay,
long.
never
Short
mind.
swords maybe are better, certainly broadswords. I think maybe the best thing in here is like a spear and just poking people, but nobody seems to have that. So
What is our next goal in this location? Like, where are we trying to get to?
We're going in that that dungeon.
yeah, I haven't actually marked it on the map, but it is, if I mark it on your map.
We
Right.
moved a giant capstone out of the way.
Yes.
And there's a tunnel that
Right.
leads in.
It's,
I just don't see the tunnel yet on the map. That's what's going. Okay.
It's there.
Yeah, can we?
I will switch to that map when you have decided that you want to go into the tunnel.
And Haka's gonna guard the door behind us to make sure it doesn't get shut on our faces.
He can do that.
Is that the plan?
I mean, the
would...
door was a stone slab that just came out. It's lying on the ground.
You'd need a whole it took all of us to really me and the hounds to tear it down. You'd need a significant amount more strength to put it back up and cap it into the
I
hill.
understand now. And
Yeah,
the holy bull was like the key to opening it.
Yep.
Yeah, it went in the altar. It's the fifth stone next to those 4 standing stones.
I understand. Okay.
It went in the altar. It pointed over there, and the snow melted and the ground shook, and then we dug through the dirt to get to that capstone. Then we tore off the capstone.
Presumably, we can take the bull statue with us.
Yes, you
No?
can. I mean, it
I have
might
no
actually,
idea.
No, it's stuck there. It's stuck pretty solidly there now.
Yeah. Okay. I just don't want these folks like coming up on our tail.
Well, I
I
don't-
think
You have plenty of reavers who can guard the opening.
See, I was going to say I don't think we can go into our next explorative phase until we deal with these 4 yahoos.
What do you mean deal with? What do you want to do with them?
I want them to not be able to come in after us.
Yeah, the Reavers will be able to fix that for you. Like, you have 12 of them. If 4 of them are standing guard, even 5, it's going to be hard for them to get past. The only one among them seems capable of using any weapons would be Gistaki. Deidre
Yeah, but I
might
already
be
know
able
that
to do
that's like...
things too, but None and
What if one of them's an alchemist and can make sleeping potions or something? Or what if one of them happens to
that's a fair
have
point.
perfectly creationist magical healing powers over bodies? I mean,
Listen here,
Also
paranoid
that
player.
That robot person seems like they could also take my Reavers from me, the same as I made friends with the Reavers myself.
So what do you want me to shoo them off? Should we shoo them off back to I don't think shooing them back to Arheim is good. I also don't want it to turn to violence.
I mean, I don't necessarily want it to turn to violence. It's just a real simple answer, and I'm a real simple man.
They didn't really do anything, though. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Deidre's personal experience with Sifanu, whatever that is aside, they haven't really done anything.
All right, so I'm open to alternatives.
Parma will of course, give those glances about, using wanton violence.
He's joking. He's such a he's such a jokester.
There's a lot of that going on.
I'm not advocating for violence. I'm looking to see if there's an alternative to violence.
Well, so
and if there isn't an alternative, then violence it will have to be.
No. So
Using a sleep stick.
how far back is it to Arheim from here?
About a couple of days.
So if we sent them back to Arheim, it would at least be a couple of days before they were able to report that they found us here.
Yep.
So that would give us some time. The alternative, honestly, is really just keep your enemies with you. Keep
you
them
think
with
they're
us until
spies?
I don't know what they are, but the alternative is to take them with us and keep them where we can see them so that we can handle them appropriately as needed.
So what if we agree to allow them to collaborate if they send the sword guy in with us, and we basically put him at the front and let him take whatever we find in there head on, and then the other cats just kind of stay outside. We've separated the strong one from the pack. Hopefully he dies mysteriously in this cave, and won't that be sad?
So sad.
Parma is... We don't want anyone to die.
No, we don't.
We're kidding. We're kidding. It's a spiritual death.
I'm not here. Eldrida, earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Well, so I really think that, I don't know. I want to hear more from Mogerland, so I'd like her to come in at least. I want to talk to her.
At the moment, we're talking about, by the way, going in and handling them and having conversations with them. And all we know is that in is an incredibly tight tunnel that we can kind of pass through in single file as long as we're all hunched over.
Yep.
So, again, I'm going to emphasize that if, as my job is keeping you guys alive from people who want to stab you, if you put them between me and you, I can no longer protect you. And in a single file line, that means at most I could protect 2 of you.
Well, so we make him go in first, and then you just follow him.
Okay.
Whatever pops at him, pops at him.
All right. Then where do you put Muggerland? Mogerland?
He can stay with me and Parama.
Yeah, theoretically, she's just there to observe. I feel like we could take that at face value.
I feel like it's time
But
to
you can't
activate
take the rest
that
of their stories at
particular-
face
Oh, no.
value?
Oh no, the storyteller's doing something to fuck with us. Let's see.
No, I'm just activating the map to show you the way in, if you will. We said that You position yourself as you see fit there. Let's see now.
Can you move Paramo one in front of me?
Mogerland would be there. Did you want to have Gestaki with you somewhere in front of everything?
Apparently, he's in front.
In front.
That is that's the plan I heard from Nefria.
Yep.
I mean, it's either that or send them away and have them report on us.
Mogerland is perfectly content to sit at a distance and.
Well, she's going to be back with me. I'm going to bring up the rear here with my bow.
Okay. We'll need to put you in the front if we find anything like a locked door, though.
That's valid.
I mean, just not that we can't do that. All right, it's not insurmountable.
Do you want me to go behind Gesteki then?
Well, I'm saying we could like crowd surf you up to the front if we needed to. Just be aware that that's something that's going to happen if we find something that's suited to your expertise.
I understand.
Yeah, just throw out the horns. It'll be fine.
Okay, fair. As long as we have a plan for it, I'm happy.
Just
and Artegue will be the one with the torch, did we say?
no, Sifanu has a torch.
Sifanu has the torch. Very well.
Can you put Parama in front of me?
I can.
Well, I mean, we don't have a shortage of torches, so I'll happily carry one too, as long as I'm using my little tree branch club.
Yes.
So
Swords, so barbaric or something. So uncivilized.
in the
Who
morning,
uses swords?
are we taking off in the morning then? Is that the plan?
We're making a plan. So, I mean, I could go now. I'm not tired, but
Well, then we need
that's
to
because I
negotiate.
trained for this.
We need to negotiate with Roba what this is going to look, because we're not hiring them. We don't want them. So Nefria, I think that like we're willing to, I guess, take them along, but I'm not paying them anything.
I am willing to separate the strong guy from the rest of the group and let fate take care of the strong guy.
I don't think that's gonna. I don't know.
I suppose there are two things I'd like to point out real quick. One is that instead of arguing about paying these people, we could simply admit the fact that we can't pay these people because I have barely any money and I don't believe anyone else has any.
We would never pay these people anyway.
Have
We don't.
some cash in the
Sure.
briar for
Don't.
these kinds of no. Oh,
Thanks, Brian.
We don't need them though. They need us. We
Well,
don't
don't-
need them.
oh.
Right. Well, I'm sorry then, because that's a different kind of pedestal to rest the case on, other than we don't want to pay them.
Yeah,
Because
but
we just
that's-
can't pay them anything. So that was really easy to dispense with.
I mean, if we're gonna take them with us, then Nefria needs to negotiate that because we don't need them. We could just say, you guys have to stay out here. You're not coming in with us. You're on your own.
But as we already established, there are some definite risks with just leaving them out here behind us.
Yes.
So, I mean,
My
excellent
vote.
work, Eldrida. You've pointed out that there are multiple options.
You asked me for multiple options other than violence, and that's what I'm doing. You literally told me to do this.
But your options have to solve the risk of them being behind us.
I think that they should come in with us, and Nefria should negotiate. We're not hiring them. We do not need them. If they want to go with us, then they can. Then we need to get something out of it. That's not my forte.
They should pay us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they say no,
I don't know that we
We
go
tell
back to
them
Arham.
Then I'm content with violence.
No, I don't. Why? They haven't done anything.
To interject, Roba now has taken 2 points of doubt because of Nefria's conversation with her. Nefria does have a point of doubt on her own, but she has the edge right now in the negotiation.
ooh,
You should just convince her to go back to Arham. And
or to, I mean, I did like your option A was great. I would love it if they pay us to come with us.
yes, that's what we should
I mean,
do.
That's really
Okay.
a pretty solid win.
Okay.
I was just looking for the backup worst case scenario, and then what?
All right, so I'll try to get them to pay us.
Yeah,
Very
because
well.
we don't need them at all.
Right. We have the stronger negotiating position.
You
I
will
don't trust
have
them.
your 3 water plus 2 for her doubt. That's 5, and spend a fate die for machinator or profanity. I mean, you have convincing. If you use your profanities ability, with convincing, you will in fact do another point of doubt as per usual. So if you win it, you will you cost. If you had used profanities instead of machinator, you would already have won this. Should we retcon this because that would be a more optimal use of your skills? We can do that.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Let's
'Cause you
let's
had
go with
you
a
had a
retcon.
6, didn't you? You had a 6.
Do we
Each
have to
6
back?
cost,
do we
yeah.
have to
So
rec-
you went 2 points plus 1 for the 6. That's already enough, I believe, to break her. Yes, it is.
Broken.
So she will back down basically. So yes, you have done that. I will retcon this. I'm so sorry for taking everybody's time. But I just realized
It was a fun
that
time.
The convincing part does matter. So yes. She will do
right.
whatever she will end up paying for. I mean, that was also part of this conversation, getting her to pay for it.
Nice.
And yes, she will
Nice.
do that. With
You
whatever
will
little
pay us.
coppers she has.
Yeah, I'm not. I would say like I'm not quite sure of like the monetary scale here, but like something to the
Yes.
equivalent of like $200.
She has some mackerels.
I'll take it.
I'll roll her money here.
Does it have any jewelry?
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
She
Yes,
can
they
afford
do.
this.
She's suddenly loaded.
She will hand out over. In fact, she will be able to say that they were very lucky last night or a few nights ago when they did their busker show at Young Hilder's tavern, and they gained a lot of nice silver decories for that particular performance and for Deidre's dancing and other shenanigans. So they have a bit of a cash box here too. She will invest their wins
Nice.
from that busking evening in this venture.
Marvelous.
That will
Marvelous.
in fact give you a lump sum of 1. So here's another aspect of this system. You don't actually find treasure like, oh, you find 20,000 gold trakeens or what have you. You find lump sums. And 1 lump sum is a temporary die that you add to your resources when you roll for something. And when you added that die, it's been spent. So this is a lump sum of 1. Who's going to carry that?
I wonder who's going to carry things.
Oh, right. That would be the man who carries everything.
Yep.
It's gonna be like
Here to carry everything, including the cash.
like I'm an agent. Like there's a reason why I haven't been able to like use my skills to successfully settle down anywhere. I'm terrible with money. Give it to the nobleman.
Yep. So
Not that
if
you're
you
better
have
with
to,
money.
if you have to, if you
profligate.
encounter a situation where your 3 wealth feels just short, you could use this lump sum to bring yourself up to 4 dice. Anyhow,
Good call.
that's settled. Is Gistaki going to join then, as you said? As the
Yeah, we'll
first
put him
person?
in the front.
Yep.
Yay! Now somebody is paying us.
Yes,
Right.
yes, they are. It's all very
As it
weird.
should.
Gistaki will take his sword, take it out, try to go into the tunnel, make his way. He's having to hunch over and have the sword in front. Who's coming after him? I need some light here.
I'll
I
follow
need some
along.
light here.
Artegue will happily follow along with Thumper and Torch.
There's some kind of dead thing here under the rubble. Maybe an animal or something, he says. And then he
All right,
starts
well.
crawling across the rubble.
I will take a look at the dead thing.
That's either a very brave
Bonnie
man or
next.
not a very bright man.
A wooden door up ahead here. It looks kind of murky. Let me get it.
No, hold on. Let Sifanu look at the dead thing.
Yeah.
Then
It
we'll
might-
go through the door.
It
front.
might be trapped, and that's why there's a dead thing.
Oh, I mean, that's also why it's Gestaki first. But yeah, check out the dead thing.
The dead thing is there where the stroke is.
Gotcha. So Sifanu jump up 2 squares.
Outside, Shalaban will be rushing up behind Artegue.
Delightful. Just who I want on my 6.
Briar is also very curious, but he stands on the side here and just kind of watches Nefria and Perima if they want to go in first. Because he wants to be polite.
I'm gonna actually have Deidre and Roba go in next.
Oh,
Mhm.
Deidre and Roba. They're very eager to go. Okay. So, Gestaki in front. Sifanu, you will have a look at the thing that's lying in the rubble. It is a dead animal. Looks like a badger to you. You don't even have to roll for this. Your medicine and pathology. You've dissected enough animals in your day to recognize the skeleton of a badger.
Well, I just want to know cause of death. You know, died of
Crushing
poisoning
damage
or-
from the rubble.
Okay, just ceiling collapses, like the door was trapped or okay.
Blunt force trauma.
Yes. All right, says Gestaki. I'll get this one here. And he
Okay.
just kind of leans
Okay.
back and then pushes forward and opens the door, falls inside, falls down prone. Oops! Because it turns out that door was super brittle. It was rotten wood. So his strength of force there was just 10 times as much as he needed to break it down. It just crackles and crumbles under him. And he lands on the floor with a splat on the other side. And then you hear him going, ah, 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 and he's standing up.
Should get out of that.
I mean, so I can see him standing there. Does it look like he's like just flailing helplessly in whatever the heck he's in, or?
I'm gonna have to roll his fire, in fact.
All right. So if he can't get up, I'll go save him.
Yeah.
But if he can, I'm gonna wait for him to get himself out.
He's flailing and
He's screwed.
Stumbling. There's something slippery that he's standing on. Ah! And you can see how it's starting to sort of smoke a little bit on his hands and his clothes. Ah!
All right. So I walk up there. I hold out my thumping stick and I say, "Grab this, and I'll pull you out."
Okay, roll your strength to pull him out.
Dice, my only weakness.
There's a reason your name
Works.
is a verb.
Hey, I pulled it out barely.
Yes. Yes. You are pulling him out again, and that means that everybody has to back up a bit. So, Sifanu. Oh, Gestaki is... that was painful.
What's
You can see
You're
that it
shirtless.
has eaten through his armor. He's kind of taking off his leather jerkin, which is just...
it's like acidic?
Yep. The fact that he had that leather jerkin on is in fact what kind of saved him from any more serious damage. But the leather jerkin is toast by now. That hurt. We need to be able to walk on this floor. We need some of those boulders, I guess.
Is the whole floor covered in it? I can't see from back here.
Well, That it is, Governor.
Yeah, okay. So, I think seeing if... it's clearly relatively shallow, or else you would have fallen in much deeper. So, my knowledge of most rocks, acid doesn't eat most rocks that quickly. So, yeah, I think a bunch of boulders sounds pretty reasonable.
Well, you two are enormous. Get moving.
Pass them over here. I'll help them.
You two are.
I'll help them all out and place them out in front of me, and you can follow after. Hey.
Yeah. So we just strongman some large rocks up there and keep doing so until we have a path.
This will work just fucking great, he says, and just kind of keeps... His accent, by the way, is distinctly Palamuxian, but working class such.
He reminds me a lot of you, Art.
No, he has a much more refined tongue.
No, I'm not talking about the accent. I'm just talking about the general...
You're talking about his amazingly cut physique. Have you
His
seen the
enormous, his enormous thews.
Oh yeah, everybody loves the beauty muscles, but check out his waist. That's where you can really see the effort.
Don't skip leg day. I know.
Oh, Roba, there's treasure in here.
Oh,
He
God.
steps in on the stones by now. So since you've done the whole thing with the stones, you can safely go in and stand on the stones.
Yeah, we'll just take as long as we need. It's
Yeah,
no rush.
He'll go. Where do you want me to go here? Left or right?
We got a left door and a right door and a passageway that continues down to another door. It looks like, folks.
Whatever.
left.
Left.
I would say left.
All right. I'm on the left side here. I can go straight ahead, or I can go through this door here. Or there's treasure here, Roba.
Where
We're
do you
going
see
to like
treasure?
To what treasure does the gentleman refer?
That would be the what do you call them? So, what you see
I don't know.
before you, Artegue, because let me describe the scene. It's a squarish room with the walls are really made of stone blocks, right? And the flat stones have been piled up in sort of crisscross section to a bit of a pointy vault arc, if you will. And in the middle of the room, there is one huge pillar then consisting of 3 blocks of stone. And there is, in the 4 corners, there is one cornerstone, sort of about facial height, your about head height. And from this cornerstone, there is a bronze support beam, maybe, that provides extra support for the ceiling just close to that pillar in the middle. Each of these cornerstones have a looks like golden bowl. It's no doubt used to light this place. That sits on each of these cornerstones. Beyond the pillar itself, there is a statue of some kind of primitive warrior. Seems that they're made out of clay. The air in here is kind of perfumed, but in the way that sticks in your nose a little bit, and makes your eyes tear up a bit. So he's probably referring to those golden chalices for lights there, because they are big and sturdy and heavy, and yes, they will probably fetch an amazing price at any given market.
Oh, weight in gold, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
When Shulaban hears this talking about gold, he is very quickly right on your tail there. I guess Deidre will come in because Roba is also hearing the shouts. So
And then after Roba, I think Briar, and I think I'll tell Briar that Roba has expressed a deep interest in whatever the heck this is, and
Musicality of metal.
the musicality of metal.
yes, in the musicality of metal, and that Roba would benefit from his expertise as we go exploring.
Yeah, Gistaki will say, "Gold, gold," and Roba will say, "Gold, gold," and Briar will say, "Well, you see, gold is a very noble metal, and it is excellent for using." Nobody pays attention to anything of what he says afterwards. It produces the most interesting harmonies when you use clinkly clink, his little keys there. Meanwhile, Gistaki, where should Gistaki go now, Artegue?
Yeah, left there through that door.
All right, it is another of these.
And I advise him to give the door like a gentle shove before he goes for the whole body. Oh yeah. just a pro tip. Take it from an old pro. You want to chest the door first.
Yes, he does that, and it cracks open without too much trouble at all. It's a tomb, he says.
Sifanu, we got more dead folk.
I know about treasure, though. Ain't no gold that I can see. Well, there's some jewels here and a sword.
All right, hold on there. Hold on there.
Where are you going? Where are you?
I'm gonna just. Oh gosh, that's right.
No,
are we still
in the middle?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I suppose I will. Can I shimmy and let Sifanu past me?
Yep.
Like, can we get real close and personal for a minute while we switch positions, and then Sifanu can get up front?
Yep.
Do a little dance.
Gistaki will take a step further in there. Shalaban is all over this place, of course. Oh, where's the gold? Oh, and he will go over there and look at the gold things very closely. Now he's out of the way a bit, so Deidre will
Don't fall
come
in the
after.
acid.
She's following Gistaki, so if you allow her to go past you, Sir Artegue, she will.
Yeah, I'll let her go past me. It's fine.
All right. And Roba will probably get stuck looking at the gold bowls just like Shalaban.
I think we're making a love connection here. I just want to point that out.
With who?
Shalaban and Roba.
Yeah.
Yes, both salivating at the sight of gold.
Nefria, would you like you want to go next and put Parama or Mogerland behind you?
Let's put Mogerland behind me. I'd rather have like us,
All right, then
Following.
Parama, then me.
And Parama, and then you. All right, what you see in there, Sifanu, because there's so many people now. What you see in there, Sifanu, this is throne, basically, at the end of this room. It's sitting in the throne is a very tall, mummified man. His face has, in death, kept a harsh and disdainful expression. He is dressed in a rotting, kingly costume, if you will. Purple, shimmering velvet or silk with furred lining and woven brocaded golden thread. On his head, he has a huge jeweled golden crown, which is also Gistaki will. Oh, look! And around his waist, waist is a black velvet belt with a dagger in a scabbard. And over his knees is a exquisitely crafted, silver glittering two-handed sword that sits next to its black scabbard. It does have ornamentation on the hilt and so on. Next to this impressive sight, on the floor, on the stairs, the steps up to the throne, there is a dried out mummy of a very old woman in a simple grey robe. In her knee is a beautiful but very buckly mirror with mother of pearl frame, which has runes. To the left and the right, you have two tall mummies sitting on each stone. The left has a big black broadsword in the knee. The right has a silver glittery scimitar. They're dressed in very well-appointed, though molding clothes, and bronze mail that has been completely greened over time. And Sifanu, also Artegue, you're close enough. There is no doubt in your mind that there is magic in this room. The scimitar, the two-handed sword, the mirror, and something in the king's belt.
Not the dagger, though. Like, it's not. Is it the dagger that's magic, or like something
it's
else?
It's the dagger that's magic.
Okay. I didn't know if I was going to be, arms deep in a corpse in a minute. So.
Do you guys want me up there to look for traps or anything?
I mean, that seems wise to me.
Oh God.
Yeah, just have your new friends lift you over their heads and shuttle you up.
I'll just squish
Sir
by.
Artegue,
Yes.
you not only does you feel that presence of the magic objects in the king's tomb, there is something very powerful up ahead.
Like the passageway not taken?
Yes.
Okay. So does anyone else feel, by the way, a certain powerful presence from the north of us?
Check
Well, I
out
noticed
Zoom.
it surrounded by other stuff.
All right. Well, I suppose I just wanted to let you know that there's definitely something powerful up there. It definitely appears to be magical, and I think it's going to be Earth-related, since I can sense it. None of you can.
This is quite extraordinary, says Briar. Are we in a tomb? Is that what you're saying? Would this person have been someone of significance in the culture, perhaps? Judging by the... Well, it's not a very big tomb, is it? But maybe they could not build bigger tombs in their day. I wonder if... Yeah, where's everyone
as he
going?
is babbling, I'm gonna be like, excuse me.
Where are you going?
Briar,
Artegue?
Briar,
Are you going
maybe
up
they
ahead,
were just
or
shorter.
what's happening here? You're going up there, Eldrida?
So
Sifanu's
I am
going
just
there.
going up here to look for nefarious traps, poisonous things that might destroy somebody, etc. Before anybody starts grabbing this loot.
Mhm.
And if anybody comes
yeah,
this way, I
don't grab
slap
that
their
thing.
little greedy hands to keep them off until I'm done looking.
If you allow her to, Sifanu, Deidre will also get into that room because Gistaki is there. For some reason, there is... and as she passes you by, she will touch you ever so gently in whatever area that might be available.
But
I mean, there's nothing mysterious about her following him around. He's hot.
And
Have you seen this book yet?
she will give you a bit of a wicked smile.
Sifanu, you sure you didn't hit that?
hey,
Gistaki will immediately look a bit jealous.
eye on the prize here. I'm looking for traps.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm looking for any magical too.
Yes, I mean, the magical things, again, it's interesting. That black broadsword that you're looking at, it is not magic. It's not a material you've ever seen before, mind you, but it's not magic. The scimitar
Alright,
is,
one-
the two-handed sword is, and the dagger in the king's belt is. And the mirror in the hands of that old lady. While they're doing all this, Sir Artegue, where are you going?
I'm going to, I gotta hang out pretty much right by the door there because there are 2 unknowns in a party in a room with 2 of my squishies.
This is a fair point.
That's pretty much my prime concern right now. I'm certainly slightly concerned about what's down the hallway, but more than that, I suppose Artegu's actually sitting there trying to recall the weapons in the crates that
If
were
I can
certainly
just
not
get
smuggled
this loose, Shalaban and Roba are just kind of it's stuck
But
somehow.
Can you make them stop
gold
touching
golden
things?
bowls, and they
here. Yes, but you don't want me to.
and both of them are just pushing these golden bowls up from the cornerstones.
Alright,
And
Shulaban.
They're gonna cause a cave-in.
it turns out that there's a long stick from this golden bowl that goes right into the cornerstone, and when they are raised up, the cornerstones swing in against the pillar, and kaboom! Briar will make a
I hate these people.
fire check to get out of the way and
with
get
violence,
into
we
the.
wouldn't
And he
have this
actually
problem.
succeeds somehow. Briar managed
Briar.
to throw himself backwards basically into your arms, Nefria. He's jumping up on
Yeah.
you. Sir Artegu, you have a choice. Are you going to Sifanu or to Briar?
I'm gonna try to go to Sifanu and be like, bro, grab my arm, bro.
Something tells
fire,
me
you said?
Shulaban and Roba may not make it.
Oh,
Nice.
darn.
That
Oh.
is... I'm gonna roll for Roba, actually, because she might make it. Both of them can roll. Roba is good at this. She has 3 dice.
Fail, fail, fail.
No, but she doesn't succeed with a 6, so she's going to take a point of damage. She's throwing herself. It's a big pile where Briar is. Nefria,
They all
you're-
fall on Nefria.
Nefria, you're buried by Briar and Roba, who is squished by the stones coming down from the ceiling.
Okay,
Her leg.
listen. So while I've got Roba piled on top of me, could I maybe like roll to rifle through their pockets and find something useful, and thereby perhaps
Nice.
exercise my third thingy?
Shalaban is also diving into a hallway. You can't see him anymore. You have no idea if he's alive or not. He's also screaming though, so that's a thing.
Sounds like a him problem. I really.
Shulaban screams in the morning when he wakes up and realizes he's still alive. It's fine. It's fine.
Why did you roll 4 dice, Artegu?
Did I?
Yeah,
Oh, I have no idea. 19
Anyway.
minutes ago.
it should be 3, but that's okay because the last one was a 1, so it doesn't matter.
No, that was 20 minutes ago. He rolled
Oh, that was 20
He
minutes
hasn't-
ago. Okay, roll
Yeah.
your fire then.
Oh, I was asking. Yeah, sorry. I was
Roll your
looking for if it
fire.
was fire or not.
Yeah,
Do.
that's a
Hey!
success.
I scraped
You are
by.
wearing heavy armor. That protects you. You will throw yourself, tackle Sifanu, basically.
I'm going for a
Get
hug.
into that room.
Bring it in
As
here, man.
the entire room fills with dust and debris. And you can feel those boulders falling down against you. But because you are wearing that armor and because you have that one success, you would have taken a point of damage, but thanks to the armor, you don't take any. So it
I
protects
try to
you.
make it look like I'm just protecting Sifanu from the rock.
Yes, of course.
He's diving on me like I was a grenade.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's very dark in where you are, except of course you have a torch. You can hear Shalaban screaming. He's not dead yet. The rest of you, there is a lot of debris here now.
Is it like blocking the door level debris?
Oh yeah. The whole. It's
Well-
just-
Do I see any traps in this room, Mikkel?
no, you do not.
Then, for the purposes of the moment, I think we should just collect the items of value, put them in a sack, and deal with this later when after we get cleared out.
Mikhail, quick question.
Yep. I
I
have applied
How many-
rubble.
Oh, nice. How many, like, in the smuggled weapons, it look like they're like replacement weapons for the one in this room, by chance?
No, they're broadswords generally. Maybe the black one, but that would be the only one that fits. How do we get out? Says Gistaki. We're in a fix now, ain't we?
Yeah, nah, just listen, calm down here, take a slug of this, and wait for Eldrida and Sifanu to come up with a plan.
Ow! Help me! You hear Shalaban scream.
No, be quiet, we're thinking.
This was most unfortunate, says Briar. My legs, says Roba.
So we can't get out of our door, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, we're stuck.
Well, we're gonna have to start clearing the rubble.
Well, it's all Earth, isn't it?
Harima.
No. Okay. All right. So I suppose
Artegue has things that he does.
Is this feasibly possible? Is it? I suppose as I now have to see what the edges of this magic does. Is it possible to like form that into a floor over top the acid, or am I totally out of the ballpark with stone magic?
You can make the earth shake and mountainside slide. You could definitely get stone to move. I'm not going to say that you can. The more outlandish your suggestion is, the more successes I will demand.
Right. Okay. So
Maybe you make a gravel field rather than a nice stone floor.
Right, like
Well,
maybe you turn it to like fine.
even that's a little bit more like you're thinking I'm a much better wizard than I am.
You're a wizard.
Have you seen the sinews and the thews? Like,
I need 5 minutes while you guys are doing this. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yep. So we can push. So the problem is the debris inside has kept it like we can't get out because of the debris in the central room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, let's just try to break down. Honestly, let's see if we can, or if I can shift enough of the debris to be able to get Gistaki and I out of the room. At which point, I'll hope that we can do it by, force of arms.
Mm. So
trying to go for the least,
like a tunnel, if you will.
Yeah. Not like a nice. I mean, right? We're not talking about a nice tunnel, but kind of a crude enough tunnel to get us around that side, and maybe to like the entrance would be nice.
Sure, why not? I'll say 2 successes to do this.
All right.
And of course, you have to spend a fate die because this is magic. So you'll have 4 dice.
And I'm trying to remember ritual magic off the top of my head. I can, as long as Sifanu knows magic, I can recruit him into a ritual. I think.
Right.
Even if he doesn't know my magic, right? I think. Sorry, I should have just looked this up. Sorry. I thought you might know.
Well, I haven't had so many people who are doing the... Yes, spellcasters can collaborate and get help from each other, regardless of if the assistants are spellcasters or not, actually. Workings that facilitate casting, like chalking up a pentagram, moving incense in patterns, singing, and so on, does... it takes a full scene to complete this, and that gives you... so that turns... I'm going to say that gives you a bonus die, because you're taking that extra time.
Yep. And, so I suppose first...
If you are doing other things as well, you might get further bonus dice.
Well, and that was... I'm checking my notes for how to do this again, because I haven't actually used this yet. Right. So first I need to cast first I need to be able to speak with the stone?
Yes.
Are we talking like, so do these stones themselves have spirits, or am I going for like... Okay, cool. So first I need to talk with the spirits of the stones, and I suppose I'll spend a fate die and roll for that.
Mm-hmm. And that's a simple success needed. Because this is doing it the pro-creationist way.
It's just expensive.
But it succeeds, and you even have a 6, so you don't even lose a point of exhaustion or have a mishap. You are concentrating, you're putting your hands to the earth, you're feeling the vibrations in the earth, the minute ones that are there, the spirit of the earth, the earth spirits, if you will, the element itself and its energies. How does this sound like in your ears as you try to speak to them? Describe to us.
While Artegu's there kneeling hands on the stone, he will actually stop and lick it for a second to taste the archaeology, if you will, and realize what kind of stone he's dealing with. And then he's gonna stop hearing the things around him. It's going to, the things like a heartbeat or Shulaban whining in the corner, anything that's less permanent than, stones that have been here for 1,000 years. Because, you have to kind of be in a much slower wavelength to talk to stone. So he just waits until he can't hear anything, and then hopes to hear, the echoing sounds of rocks in a cavern, stone on stone action, the grinding of the earth beneath him. And then he'll say, I suppose, some of the effect of, greetings, stones. I'm going to need you to move back so that I can safely traverse this area. Is that okay with you? Are you amenable to being shaped into something more like what you were for the last 1,000 years and less like what you've been for the last 5 minutes?
As you are communing with these, you will hear a groaning. It's a groaning as in pain. You are very close to a wound in the earth. It's just that feeling of power you had before, that's where it is. There's a wound in the earth here. And it's almost like the stones and the spirits in the stones here are relieved to be able to speak to someone, to be able to just share their pain with you. They are bleeding.
They are bleeding. Stonewire, I suppose, is how long have you been bleeding?
Oh.
Because to stones, length of time is a real thing here. So if the stones tell me they've been bleeding for a while, it's going to have been a long, long time.
And that's what they commune to you, for a while. It must have been, eons as far as a human is concerned.
Gotcha.
I want to give an out-of-character reminder of a note that I made about Furions becoming tectons, which sounds a lot like tectonic plates that are the shields around Furions.
Yep.
And that Comorda was the ice god protecting a tecton?
Yes, and something evil was supposed to be underneath the glacier of Kavorda.
Yeah, an enemy was buried under the shield, so the enemy was buried under the tectonic plate. So there could be that's busting. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Continue on.
Good
The
enough.
stone will tell you that this happened while this king walked the earth.
If you could, would you like this wound healed?
Yes.
If you got if your will were done, you would heal this.
Yes.
What is the nature of this wound? Did someone wound you? Did someone wound, for instance, a tecton? Did the king do this?
Yes, the king's people did this.
how can we heal you? Or how can I heal you?
I do not know. A key is needed. The key is gone.
Key is needed? Anything? Great spirits of the stone.
I think we've done 3 questions now, haven't we? Because you had 3 successes.
Yep.
Answer me these questions.
Yep, good point.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I suppose, did I get an answer to my first question, which is...
yes, they will.
Would you like to be turned back into, like, a structure? Not just a bunch of debris? A.k.a. get out of my way?
Yeah, they will agree to that.
All right. So now, now I involve Sifanu in a stone magic ritual, which would be exciting for Sifanu. And,
I didn't even know you could do
First time
magic
you-
thing.
I don't very often. I particularly don't in front of Inquisitors.
Nothing you've done so far is anti-Creationist.
So far. So that was 5 die for the actual earth moving.
Let's see now. 3.
The 3
Yes,
for
that's
stone,
correct.
1 for the magic, and 5 for the ritual.
Yes. And
Heyo!
success.
He's a wizard, Harry.
Yes.
You've done the thing.
Whew.
Yes. You will create that tunnel. Excellent. You'll be able to
Mikhail?
create a way out. Now,
Well,
while all this is happening,
yes.
um,
While they're doing that, I was wondering if I could start gathering up the items of value into a bag.
absolutely, you can do that. I mean, this takes 1 scene for the ritual, and then a little bit more for the stone to start moving.
We'll sort all
Artegue
this out
warns
later.
you, this is going to take a long time. So just
That's
do
fine.
the thing.
You do have time. So you are going to pick up things. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, let me put them in my backpack, in my
Great.
sack loot.
Where do we start? There is a scimitar and a broadsword by the guards by the door. There is a 2-handed sword across the king, also a dagger on the king's belt, and a mirror.
Scimitar, broadsword, dagger, mirror.
Yeah, that's
Did I
all
miss
the
anything?
things. Yeah. I'll tell you about what they look like. Why don't I? Are we doing it in that order or some other order?
Does it? It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Yeah, scimitar first. Scimitar,
Scimitar
broadsword, dagger, mirror.
The scimitar sits by one of the guards. It is a very well crafted, silver glittery scimitar. It has it sits in a hilt that has been wound with black and woven lizard skin on the hilt, and there is no scabbard to this blade. The blade itself has, in fact, runes on a strange language, as well as snakes that sort of crawl across in gold that crawl across the blade, and close to the crossguard. There are 3 emeralds on each side, and there are also on the blade next to the crossguard, there's 7 small stars that have been printed in there. So it's a richly valuable weapon, this.
All right. So it's 6 emeralds total, 3 on each side. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the scimitar. We talked about the broadsword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other guard, his knee, there is a fairly heavy broadsword. The blade and crossguard and the hilt are all seemingly made from a single piece of black metal. On the blade, there is a strange rune carved. You don't notice it until you actually touch the blade, because you can't see it. There is no other ornamentation on this thing. It doesn't even reflect any light. It's just black. The flickering light from the torch it's like a shadow in here. What was next?
Dagger.
Dagger? Ah, okay. So you go to the king and bring out the dagger. This is an interesting little piece. It's sitting in a very simple scabbard. The hilt is carved into it's an ivory hilt carved into a human. The torso and head and arms of an old man with a long beard. And as you're getting close to it, it seems to you like he is snoring.
The king is snoring?
No, the
Dagger.
The dagger is snoring?
It sounds like his mouse snoring.
Okay. I'm just gonna put that very carefully into the sack.
And then we had, what was that? Was it the
A mirror?
The mirror, yes. This is,
So you said there's mother of pearl on it?
yes, indeed. It has some kind of words carved into the frame in some language you can't read properly. It's a bronze mirror, basically.
Okay, I put that in the bag. Which of them was not only one of them wasn't magical. Which one was that?
That was the broadsword.
Okay.
And then you have the two-handed sword as well, which is not going to fit into a bag.
I will just slap that across my back, or give it to, I don't know, whatever. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, just strap it to Artegue.
Yeah.
Well, I'm no wimp, so I can strap it to my back too.
And don't forget to grab the crown too.
Oh, yeah.
This is a silver shining two-handed sword with a bronze hilt, and the hilt is made with the grip on the hilt is made of silver thread. The crossguard on one side there is a single sapphire, and above this the end of the hilt has been formed to a grinning demonic head with a long protruding tongue. And the eyes of this face are polished black stones. The hilt is black leather with golden ornaments. And as you're lifting it, the hilt will just crumble under your fingers.
Okay, well.
Sifanu, you are concentrated on working with Sir Artegue right now, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, those are the things. Of course, as you are doing all these things, Gistaki will help himself to the crown, because you didn't grab that, because why not?
Well, no. All the things are going in the same bag to be sorted out later.
Okay. He will allow that. It's a golden crown with jewels on it. Gemstones. Meanwhile, outside all of this, we have ourselves Nefria under a pile of Briar and Roba, and Roba is screaming at you, Nefria.
I bet. I really don't care. And go ahead and scream. I would like to take advantage of the confusion and try to find something useful in the most unlikely of places, specifically Roba's pocket.
Roll your fire for that, actually, which is 2.
And do I get 1 for the experience?
No. You don't get dice for the experiences. Yeah, you don't have any ability. So to get fate dice for this, you would need
Oh,
an
it's gotta
ability
be.
like thievery or such like, but you don't have that. So it's just 2 fire. She will of course roll her wind. A 6. You roll a 6. Why are you rolling a 6?
The experience will let you re-roll the one though.
But she's spent all her experiences, so
Oh, okay, I understand.
not until
needs
she
to
has
do her
leveled
shadow
up does
command.
she get them back. I will roll 2. And I rolled 1 success. And remember the mechanics here, folks?
Oh yeah.
Aggressor.
The aggressor wins a tie, and also you had a 6, so you win. You managed to do this without her noticing anything.
Cool.
We live in a society.
I mean,
I don't know about that. What do you do after this? You have some time now. Parama's, oh no, they might all be dead in there. What can we do to help them? We need. She goes out of the tunnel. Oh, help us! We need shovels and pitchforks. Please help! And of course, the Gotthard's Reavers will be very kind and start rushing over with that. Roba will just, please get off of me! And Briar is doing just that and crawling over you and going all the way out, and then he's wringing his hands a lot and hoping that things will go well, and oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, this is not good at all. No, it is not good. I hope they are still alive. I don't know. Can we hear them? We must be able to hear them somehow. And keeps talking so nobody can hear anything. Roba needs help out. She's stuck under the rubble. Mogurlan will simply quietly go out because she doesn't want to be blocking the way, but she can provide some light for you if needed. So it's you and Roba now, Nefria. Help me out! Help me by all the gods!
I guess like I'm a little confused. Like, what have I found in her pockets?
You found in her pockets a few pieces from a smickle board, and a gold trachine, and she must have stolen those rings from somewhere, you guess. I didn't even get the gold bowls, she says.
This is your fault, you were greedy. And I'm gonna like start trying to like pull her out of the rubble and back toward the entrance so we can make way for the Reavers.
Yeah, roll your fire. Stone. You're doing like a feat of strength now.
Oh goody. Alright, my stone is, come on, load. 2.
See, you're fine.
You are fine.
Oh my
How about
god.
that? You do a serious pull on her. She screams a bit, ah, my leg! But you manage to get her out. And then she will double over you and just get out of there as quickly as she can. Oh, it's such a terrible tragedy. They must all be dead in there. And I didn't even get the gold bowl. Oh, my travel companions. My travel companions. I'm all alone now. They're all dead. And she will...
They're
she will
not dead.
make her way out. Are you having the Reavers go in and start digging, I guess?
Yes, but I want to be very careful that I warn them that there is acid underneath that rubble and they need to take very good care and not burn their little paws.
Very well. Basically, one of them will go on top of the mound, and the other will go by the gate. And, I mean, you can do 3 of them on top, because that's the only place where they have space enough to work several of them, and they just start chopping down into the actual mound to dig up from out from above, while another one is digging from by the door and working hard. That's going to take a while. You can kind of hear them. You who are locked in there can kind of hear them working hard from the outside. Clink, clonk, cratch, cratch, as they're working with your archaeological digging equipment. Who knew it would actually be useful?
There was a reason we drug it all over the continent.
Exactly.
Just don't look in the other crate.
No, it's don't look under the archaeological.
But eventually, of course, eventually you will manage to. I mean, the miracle happens. What does it look like, Artegue, when the stone moves according to your wishes?
It starts off looking as natural as possible. The stones just kind of start. Something must have been imperfectly balanced in there. The debris hasn't come to a real natural rest yet, as some of it just starts to fall down, and it just so happens to find itself, tightly Tetrised into the floor almost, until enough has fallen from atop that onto the floor to make a walkable path at least, and a tall enough path.
How
And then
lucky!
just slowly kind of stops. It just, cave-ins are the weirdest thing.
So lucky.
Now, of course, everyone in the room with me, there is absolutely no doubt that there was magic involved in this. Everybody else just thinks this is super weird. Thank the gods for looking out for us.
There are now 2 dice of residual magic lying around here.
Just for you, baby.
Not sure that you could use it that well, but yeah. I mean, you can. There are dead bodies in there if you want to use it on them.
Did Rob mention anything about the wound to us?
Oh, I haven't had a chance to yet because I was waiting for the tunnel to open up. But I'm totally about to, yeah.
Okay.
Are you, is this, as you're working this, are you actually creating a path up to Shalaban as well? I'm guessing
yes.
you are, because that's where the wound would be?
Yes, and I'm definitely interested in heading that way. If we want to get to the eastern door, we'll either need a magical repeat or to just tunnel our way through like normal people.
Yes, just about.
But
I've
yeah,
moved
no,
the rubble
definitely.
accordingly, so you can move.
Artegue does not like Shulaban. Artegue's not necessarily going to leave him to die alone and starve in a tomb either. That's kind of unnecessarily mean.
This all has taken a good hour to do, of course, between everything. But you are now free to move again. Which incidentally means that one of those golden bowls is now liberated and can safely be harvested for any treasure hunter.
I put the damn golden bowl in the bag too with the rest of it.
It's heavy. It's very heavy.
Tear down anything else.
Shalaban is writhing there, and I mean, you can go and see him for yourself. He's kind of crawling on all fours. You can ignore the acid on the floor now because it's all paved over by your rocks. And he's kind of and just getting out, if you will.
As he crawls past me, I'm gonna stop him and I give him a once over so he's getting sprained ankles or anything like that.
Oh, his leg is pretty mangled. He will need medical attention at some point.
Yeah, I'll patch up his leg as best I can.
Of course, that is medicine, I believe.
Yes.
Because
Bone
you know
sticking
that.
out of it. Put some herbs on it.
Yes.
I got a poultice.
Right. Compound fracture? Have a poultice. Health.
So, simple house remedies to advanced surgery. Is that under? Let's have a look. Misery and healing of the same. Can I put that in the? Anyway.
I know there's the healing light of Trigvallen.
Yeah, that's magic though.
Frozen fans, etc.
Basically.
Where's my misery?
There's joy of...
There we go. Misery. Okay. So... Rest scene... Why doesn't it say... Medicine should be able to heal, right? That's the point.
You'd think.
Good thing. There we go.
Sir, this is America.
And it's like always, I spent my time in college on a pointless subject that doesn't actually apply to anything.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
98. Making heal. So you can stop bleedings, and this is the thing. When you have taken a wound in combat from a slashing weapon or something that actually causes bleeding, having someone with medicine there to stop the bleeding so you don't bleed out is really important. And then you can also help people with consequences from wounds. So if they've been maimed in some fashion, lost arms, legs, or taken temporary consequences in battle, you can help healing that as well. So that's primarily what you do with that. This type of wound he's taken now is not really something that your skill will make much of a difference for. He just needs a rest. It's a sprain. It's gonna heal on its own if he gets a good night's sleep, and he's gonna be fine tomorrow.
Okay, so I don't have to set any bones or anything.
No.
Okay.
That's how he's succeeded with his fire roll, so that spared him taking lots of damage and getting consequences. So there we are.
Once Shulaban's done whimpering and
He's gonna
dragging
whimper
himself
and get
past,
himself out because that was scary.
I suppose check if Nefria's alive out there with the strangers. Nefria?
Nefria is alive out here with the strangers. I'm thinking I'm gonna head in. That seems like nice and paved in there.
I mean, don't trip,
Yep,
but
it is now.
Cool.
Your reaver will
Cool.
go out.
Thank you, Popper.
So presuming I can corner the four of us for a second without necessarily, while Ghidra and Gistaki, stare lovingly into one another's eyes or something.
Well, they do. I mean, he stares lovingly into her eyes more than she does into his, but at
Fair.
least, he's kind of holding his arms around her. The moment the cave-in came, he basically threw herself to protect her with his body, so it's very clear that he's very protective of her.
Yeah, super easily manipulated. Got it. Anyway, so I had to talk to the stones there for a second, and there's a wound in the stone, the land, if you will, the ground, the earth, and that's the earth magical event at the end of that longer hallway, and the king in that room, presumably. His people did this, and the earth would very much like to not be wounded. That's what I've got to pass on to you.
Well, so if there's a king, I would think it's this guy in the throne, though.
Yeah, this seems totally sensible.
I'm gonna have some words with him.
Right. No, exactly. So
Wasn't there some magic left around?
maybe we send Mogurland and Parama, to not this room.
Parima and Mogaland and Briar are all coming through the hallway. They've missed this discussion you just had. Deidre and Gistaki also missed it because they went out. Basically, Gistaki was just taking her outside because it's dangerous here, dear,
Yeah, Nefria,
and,
you should
are you
really
all
advise them that
asks,
it's too dangerous.
Parima, as she's coming in. Are you all right? Did you find the weapons that the Kvur spoke about?
Well, you see, there's still a lot of damage in there, and, Artegue has to do a lot of magic, to help move the earth.
So
it'll be okay. He's got to just, talk to the earth and do some stone things to get the stones moved. Don't worry about it. Let's go through this door here.
I can feel the stone weave.
Briar,
Was that
why
you,
don't,
Sir
why don't
Artegue?
you go first through this door?
Ooh, what?
Briar, why don't you go first through this door? And it's like this.
No,
you know,
that's blocked by the rubble.
Yeah, we have to dig through that rubble.
Yeah,
We have
the
to
stuff that
dig
is
through
marked
that.
by my scratchings there is blocked by the rubble.
Gotcha.
Is the big guy and Deidre out of it then?
Yep, they
Okay.
certainly are.
So we're taking Mogurland. That's all we got left.
Well,
Yep.
again, you need to get them out of here so that Sifanu can have a conversation.
Or we can
yeah.
close the door.
We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go up here and investigate. I will go. I check the door.
Just like get the NPCs out of here.
I'm working on it.
So they are going to go with you then? That's what the idea
Yeah,
here?
I take the NPCs with me and
Very
Nefria.
well.
I suppose I'll
going that way
return.
too. And meanwhile, Sifanu is going to do some unholy rituals, right?
That's right.
No.
I'm gonna stole
let's
this
see
thing
now.
back.
Eldrida went there. Yes, very well.
Yeah.
Before you do this, before you leave, Sifanu, you've now had enough time because you were concentrating on helping out with the stone thing. As Eldrida is moving up with the others, because she has that backpack and that giant sword on her back, and there you go. This Zoom chat thing.
The two-handed one?
You made him disappear.
I made him disappear. I have the power of magic too, apparently.
That's harsh.
It is, yes.
Sorry, that. Yeah, so you're talking about the two-handed one?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So I'll mention to Artegue, like, yeah, the two-handed sword is concentrated evil. Make sure nobody actually handles it.
The one that Eldrida strapped to her back?
Yeah, make sure she doesn't, do anything silly. Maybe bury it in the ground for a little while until we know what to do with it.
Okay, good. Good to know that we came here with cursed swords, and we still have cursed swords, and now a
We have some more
concentrated
cursed
evil
swords.
sword. Awesome. Thanks, Sifanu.
I volunteer to touch the sword.
I suppose, Sifanu, do you want me to stay and help you with your magic, or do you want me to wander on and supervise them?
Yeah, go the other guys. I'll handle this.
Okay. I was saying, if you want another die, I'll help. All right, I wander outside and I go, and I suppose Eldrida, you want to just, I think that black sword looks awful heavy. Wink. And maybe you should leave it over here in the corner and take it off your back.
Eldrida,
Wink.
you are standing in front of a first there are some steps, like stepping stones. It's a small stairwell, if you will, that goes down to a red double gate in very rotten tree, if you will, rotten wood. There is the skull of an ox in copper relief that adorns this door. There's a weird red glow behind it.
Yeah, so I'm looking for traps, locks, things like that. Anything weird on this side that I can notice or see as I push away the vines and the other detritus? Detritus?
Detritus, yes indeed. Why don't we
Detritus?
have a wind check to detect traps? Roll 2 wind.
I have 2, is that what you said?
Yes, yeah, that's what I said.
Thanks.
If you want to, because you are a huntsman, you can add a fate die for that, because hunters use traps all the time.
Yes, I will go ahead and spend a fate for that.
Mm-hmm. So 3 dice.
Heyo.
There are no traps here.
Oh, then I just opened the damn door. Burp.
Ta-da. Burp. Behind the door, a red glow. This is a hot and humid, almost steaming cave. It's a copper bull in natural size, scale 1:1. And from a very wide opening in the bull's throat, there is a slow-moving red, blood-like liquid that spills out of the hole and down through some kind of grill. And a very simple stone altar in front of the bull.
Yeah, this is way above my pay grade.
And it's
Artegue,
glowing.
I'm gonna need you to come up here and look at this.
I
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Thanks. Eldrida, I think that this is a good moment for quiet contemplation of what lies in front of us while we think about things and wait for knowledge to come from unexpected sources.
This is fascinating, says Mogerland, and Breer as well. I've never seen anything like it. What might this be? And
Artegue,
Parama's-
go up there and make sure they don't touch anything. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go make sure. I'm gonna go body block the door.
The three scholars, right? So they're up there and asking questions.
All
Sifanu will
looking,
do
no
his thing,
touching.
I guess.
I will go and I'll set this sword down over here, the bad one that Artegue was winking at me about, not very slyly.
Nope.
And nobody should touch that. I tell everybody no touchy.
I guess I would like for my rebirth to be working on clearing out the other side of the rubble there. Best
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got.
they can do that. They can do that. Clearing out. Not a
it's
problem.
poppers.
I still want to know how you got 6 wolfkin to follow
12.
you.
12.
You're
Just talk to
amazing.
them.
And a
Yeah.
course, and a giant and his son. I was
see-
busy
Nefria
making friends.
Nefria had a very
Right.
convincing argument that we were better for the
Casting
path.
spells, King.
What was that?
Casting spells to talk to the king.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
indeed.
4 dice.
Yes, that would be it, indeed.
Hey.
Things up. Oh my goodness! That one wasn't... Was that one, Nope, it wasn't. Good for you. No, backlash for being a horrible, horrible sorcerer that gains another point of reputation because you're a scary sorcerer. 3 successes. Yeah, no mishap. This is a powerful necromantic spell and possibly in just the right space for you to do so. Indeed. Yes. This is, good. I'm just looking up my notes. Not that I would have any reason to look up any notes, right? Right?
No.
Right?
You mean you don't have it memorized?
I almost. Where did that go?
So, Goat, your necromancy used one of the fate die just laying there, right?
Yeah, one that you left hanging in the air.
Gotcha.
And unless this king has something useful to say, I'm going to use that second die on him.
All right.
Seems appropriate. Every dungeon needs skeletons.
You describe how you're using your necromancy here, tearing out the energies from
Yeah,
the world.
I'm scratching some runes into the stone using part of my Palamuxian knowledge,
Yep.
and I'm going to summon his spirit back, and I'm going to have it bound in a little circle here, so it can't do anything other than answer my questions.
As you work this magic, the spirit It's interesting. It must be the sight. The spirit... You're looking for summoning back the spirit of the dead king from the underworld, because that's usually where spirits are, right?
Yeah.
Turns out it's not in the underworld. It's sitting right there in the dead body in front of you. And the dead body in front of you looks up. You hear the crunchiness of other dead bodies moving in this room. There is something very wrong here, Goat. They should not have their spirits in their bodies. And with that roll, you will recognize too, there has been some kind of spell worked on all of these dead bodies long before you came here. The residue was not something that you could feel because it was eons ago. But now that you are putting your necromantic energies onto them, you can feel it. An extraordinarily powerful necromantic spell, very old, binds their flesh. And the king is looking at you.
Can you speak?
It just stands up.
I take a step back and open the door.
The skeletons next to the door, have also risen. Even the old lady is looking up at you. And she's noticing that the mirror isn't there anymore. And the king is feeling his head and looking around for his sword.
Artegue, we might have an incident here.
You snooze, you lose, old man.
I'm a powerful necromancer, he said. I'll bring them back from the dead to talk to me, he said.
Look at how successful he was.
He did it.
Too good at my job.
Like, this just leaves me with no doubt of Sifanu's power.
Like, guys, I did it.
So Sifanu opens the door, and I see the ambulatory dead beyond him. And Sifanu, you tell me that we may have an incident.
Also love it if we can roll a fear check here for Sifanu. It's not going to be hard because I mean, you've seen undead before. But you need a success anyway to not...
What am I rolling?
Wind.
Oh, okay.
I'm just getting a... There we go.
I got 2 successes.
Very well, you are fine. Because, again, you have seen this kind of thing before-ish, but not like this, though, I have to say. Like, you've seen desiccated corpses walk around before, but that's always because someone was making them do that with necromantic energies. Not like this. There has to be magic involved in how they're walking, but it's not your magic. It's old magic. Very powerful necromantic magic. And... when you decided that you wanted to talk to them, you triggered it somehow. So yeah, you're surrounded by dead people.
Again?
Yes! And in fact, yes, sir, I think they're gonna try to, punch you. Because they don't have their weapons anymore. So I will roll 2
Looting
stone.
is always the right decision.
2 stone for these 2 bodyguards of the king. 3 stone because there's 3 of them, as they are trying to hit you. And no, wait, that's the wrong ones. I know that I have.
it feels
So-
slightly scarier that you have specific profiles for them already.
No. Why would you be worried about that?
Next thing you're going to tell me is they have names.
These people had a family. Like,
The one on my left, his name is Floyd. Before he became a guardian as a baby.
I'm gonna give him 4 dice between the two of them, and yeah, they will try to hit you, and you will roll either your fire or stone, whichever is better. Which is probably
Roll
fire,
fire.
to be honest. They have a success. And so do you, but unfortunately they have a 6 just as you do. And it's a draw, so they win, and that's 2 points of damage to Sifanu. And that's... Now we get to... the interesting question of... You can now, instead of taking both points of damage to yourself, because that's gonna be a death roll, because now you have only the 1 hit point, right? You can take a temporary consequence, and if you do that, you take 1 damage less. You just take a single point of damage. Or you can take a permanent consequence of some kind, and then you don't take any damage at all, but they may...
Oh, I have light armor.
What was that?
I have light armor.
Oh, you have light armor. Yes, but they did 2 points of damage, and the light armor doesn't protect from that. It just
Right,
protects
but if
from...
I take the consequence, the lesser consequence, so I take 1 damage, wasn't the armor negated then?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, so temporary consequence.
Temporary consequence, indeed. What is the temporary consequence?
Hmm.
Some examples, if you want. Misery. Should have written that down too, but for some reason I didn't. Misery.
Probably just planning on not hurting us, you said.
Yes, there you go. So, temporary consequences of... God dang it. Damage. There we go. Do. Some kind of maiming. This is some kind of maiming. So, a temporary thing. Maybe the weapon in your hand is broken and you don't have one. If you hold a weapon in each hand, you can. Okay, face. That maybe someone is chopping up your face, and you have a very disfiguring wound in your face. Your eye could be hurt. Your head you can have a concussion. Maybe your arm is broken or a leg is broken, and so on.
All right, let's say he went for my face and he like scratched a cornea or something. So
Yes.
can't see out of one eye for a while.
Indeed. So when you're trying to use your wind to detect things, you will have a single die for that. That's the temper until it heals up.
Okay.
So, bam! You see stars as that rock solid hand comes down on your face, and you stumble out into basically Sir Artegu's arms, having your bell
got you.
properly rung. The king is standing up and taking a step forwards. What does the rest of you do now?
I don't know if the diplomacy is going to work here, guys.
I will. If I move up here, is the door open? Can I see what's going on?
You can get about there and not quite see what's going on because Sir Artegu and Nefria and Sifanu are blocking your way right now.
Well,
But you can hear the movement. And of course the 2 Reavers are like, huh? What happened? I don't know.
do I need to shoot something?
You can ready your bow, that's for sure.
Sifanu, what can we get a quick soliloquy here about what happened?
Very old magic just animated these things. There's 4 skeletons now.
What I would like to do then is, I have a special ability recipe for Big Bada Boom Fire.
Yes, you do. Do you have a vial of that big baraboom fire?
Potion making. I only have the recipe. I don't know.
Making it will take a scene.
A scene?
Yeah.
I don't have.
No, you have to brew and all that stuff, right? So.
Like the tattoos, you got to do it in advance.
Yeah.
So,
Now I do have. I do have here that I have 10 alchemical healing potions brew, or healing potion brews that I started the game with pre-made.
The holy water from Florida with you.
That's additional. That's 12 vials of that, and then I have got 10 from where I just started game. You said I could have 10 of various things.
Yes, of various things.
But not one of them should be wild. Not one of them can be wildfire, though, right?
You have 10 ingredients from which you can brew 5 potions.
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
But you haven't done that yet, so.
So I can brew up to 5 potions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eldrida, I think we need to destroy the sword.
You think it's a sword? It's over there.
Something is anchoring them.
Go destroy it. It's over there.
Where is the sword right now?
I set it down.
Top right corner.
Yep. Yep, I set it down. I can't make a mark, but where my little cursor is right by me. And I said no touchy.
Okay, so it's like there. Wait.
Yeah, I just set it down right there, and I was
like
like no touchy.
That I can mark it in some other color maybe.
Yeah, like right where my little cursor is.
Gotcha. So. No, that was sorry.
Okay.
There we go.
I didn't
and
even
now
see
I'm
anything.
gonna mark it like so. That's where the sword is.
I mean, I don't really know
Excellent.
how to destroy magic stuff, so good luck on you.
Yep.
We do have that Kavorda water that you did hoard in part for fighting the undead.
Do you think the healing glacial water will work?
We know it works. You wanted to weaponize it by putting it in balls or something before.
Goat,
okay. So next turn
the...
I'll try to do that next turn.
It's just a thought.
Sorry, I sent a note to Goat.
So that's what I'll do since I have some idea of what's going on
you
now.
are
I will
basically what you're picking up,
rifling through my bags. That's what I'm doing.
Bag. Nefria, what are you doing?
I am putting together a Molotov cocktail in the hopes of just kind of chucking it into that room and trying to cause just a bit of chaos, maybe a delay, a blown off arm that has to crawl its way back, something.
Yep. Sir Artegue and Sifanu, are you gonna dig out that Molotov this turn? That's basically what I'm saying. While Sifanu and Sir Artegue, what are you guys gonna do? I have a feeling Sifanu wants to get out of there.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
hope
going
Sifanu
forward.
gets out. All right.
What direction are you going? Oh, that way. That's the rubble, though. So there you go. Yeah, that could be a place. Sir Artegue, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna close the door and stand
Right.
there with my warhammer while the rest of my party prepares itself.
Yep, and you will hear their fists basically going against the door.
I just didn't want them
Crackling.
to punch me while they were getting ready.
They're just crackling. That door is just crackling by buckling under the wood, breaking under the weight of their heavy.
Can we
blows.
yell? Can we yell for the non-combatants such as Briar, Parama to just get out?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
They will be very happy to do so, but it's going to take them 2 turns at the very least because there's so many people here.
Yep.
You are going to roll a stone check here to hold the door at bay while they are trying to break through it, Sir Artegue.
I will gladly give it a shot.
That's excellent. I will gladly roll against you because that's what they're trying to do.
You would. Oh no!
Exactly. So we
Terrible,
have
terrible
2
news.
successes, but they have a 6 on their side. Crunch! The door crumbles this turn, and as much as you're trying to keep it together, the wood just splinters under your hands.
Just holding up 2 tiny pieces of wood at the end of it, going, no, this is
Exactly. It's like, huh? Huh? And there they are, all of them.
Should have made that door from stone. You wouldn't have this kind of problem.
Yeah. Right. So next up is Eldrida again. You've rifled through your stuff.
I grab one of the. We're gonna try it. I grab one of the healing glacial magic waters,
Yep.
and I say a small little prayer to
Moon Goddess.
What's the guy's name who made the glacial water?
Kamorda.
Morda. I say a small little prayer of Morda, and I say, Morda, protect your follower Paramoth, the last of the druids, and don't let these undead things kill us. And I pour it on the on the sword.
On which? On the two-handed
evil
sword?
The sword of evil.
Yeah, the sword of evil. Interesting. Kamorda water on sword of evil.
I don't know how it works.
Now there's a Hail Mary. I like it.
It is a Hail Mary, isn't it? But it's worth it. You know, you have to try.
Could put a pin in the whole thing. It's
Exactly.
If you want me to roll something, I could roll something.
No, you don't have to
Okay.
roll anything. I'm just checking the Kamorda thing here.
Yeah, I've got my own afraid to throw if it doesn't work. Remember what was in this room when we first got here?
It will bubble but it will not start melting.
Okay. I say it looks like it may do something, but I need more time. Buy me some time.
3 are trying to get by everyone. They're like halfway through. Nefria has fire what? 2. Okay, Sifanu and Artegue, you're first now because you have some fire, don't you?
2.
Okay, so everybody else now. Sifanu, Artegue, and Nefria, what are you gonna do?
Well,
Start digging.
I'm actually
Go on,
gonna roll
Sifanu.
a fire check for Briar because, I mean, he's trying to climb but not be in the way, and it's really cramped around here, and maybe he will fail. No, he does, but he's gonna sprain his ankle on the way. So what do you do, Sir Artegue?
Well, I suppose letting them come through the doorway would be stupider than fighting them in the doorway. So I suppose I suppose I will just stand here and. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there not enough room in this? So it's still too cramped for actual
warhammering.
warhammering.
It's cramped as heck. You have to
Good.
get outside to be able to use your hammer properly.
You can use it as a shoving device.
Then I suppose I'll try to stick them. Or stick the skeleton in front of me.
You do get the bonus for having a weapon because they don't have any. Remember, you grabbed all the weapons.
Thank God for looting. Go
Yeah.
Eldrida.
And you can only fight one of them because the doorway isn't big enough for 2 of them. So
Yes, well, I just the one right in front of me will,
yeah,
will
46
do.
for you, and you can add a fate die for your swordplay if you want.
Nah, I'll just roll the 4d6 and
have 3.
cross my fingers.
There you go.
That's not a bad roll.
Oh, it looks like it'll be just good enough.
Yeah, that's 3 successes versus 2 successes. You shove that stick in there, and it doesn't seem to hurt the thing too much. Like, you're not going to be able to use their misery against them because, you know, dead people don't feel pain.
No, just
but
trying
you
to
break
crack
a rib
bones.
or 2, and some of the cloth crumbles to the ground, and you keep them away from getting through the door. That's what happens this turn.
A primary goal achieved.
While the king stands behind, looking, breathing raspily, and not being very pleased.
I've never seen an undead breathe before. That's super creepy.
It sounds. I mean, they're these people. They're not skeletons as much as, you know, bog people. Like, their skin is still on their skeletons. There are chunks of leatherized flesh on some of their arms. Somebody has like half the face still there, and then just a big hole where the eye should be. On one of them, there's like the jaw, and there's some grass sticking out in the mouth, and so on. Briar will try again to get out of here because he doesn't want to stay down here 1 second longer than needed. And this time he succeeds. So he's going. The Reavers are not interested in going. They want to protect, of course, protect the pack. But Mogolan will follow, and so will Parima. She's also gonna try to get out of there.
I gotta point out,
Smart.
if you want to bring this many NPCs with us, like the ratio of squishy to non-squishy is way off.
A fair point. Yeah, she's stumbling out there. What is Eldrida doing in all this?
Yes, so I see that the sword is now sizzling under this.
Yep.
So I am going to, let's see. Crown, I got a scimitar. I have a very shiny scimitar. I've got a dagger.
Help me dig. Remember, there's acid underneath us.
Yeah, just a second. So I'm going to take we're going to try something else, and then we'll do that. Strange black metal that absorbs light. All right, we're going to go with the dagger that the king had we're going to go with the silver guards thing. Yeah, that seems more holy. Okay. I pick up the scimitar and I smash it down on where the demon sword is like sizzling and ideally weak.
Clang! Oh, this scimitar feels good in your hands. Clang! It just clangs though.
Damn it.
Particular effect.
I start digging.
You start digging. Sifanu, are you gonna dig as well? Is this the plan?
Yes, we're digging. We can get down to the acid. We can throw the sword in.
Uh-huh.
You think that this is tied to the sword?
I think so.
Very well.
Okay.
There's definitely necromantic magic in that sword.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
yes.
if you guys could just hurry, that'd be nice.
Buy time. More time. One more time.
This time, the undead is the aggressor, but still without any, or was he the aggressor last turn?
No, I was the aggressor last
Okay,
turn.
so now he's the aggressor, but again, without any particular, tools for the trade. So 3d6 strength versus your 4d6.
Rough turn.
You have 2 successes, and they have 2 successes, one
With
of
a
which
6.
is a 6. That
Those
does,
lucky
in
skeletons.
fact, 2 points of damage. With an immense force, your stick is kind of caught in the doorway, and that fist just punches right into your torso. But
Thank heavens for armor.
thanks heavens for armor.
And
Gong!
When I get back to town, I'm gonna kiss my blacksmith.
Exactly. Just about the long and the short of it. Nefria, were you looking for Molotovs or something?
Yep, I have put together a nice Molotov cocktail, and I've lit it.
Yep. Fire to
and-
toss it. You do
I'm not sure. I would kind of like. I'm assuming there's a bit of splash damage, and I do have like a visual line on the 2 skeletons. So if I could try to just hit that angle to maybe hit them both.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Roll 2d6 for your fire. You do not have marksmanship, so cannot add any fate dice to this. Alas! It bounces off the wall and is probably... I'm gonna be a kind person and say that it doesn't hit Artegue in the face.
I ever told you how handsome you are?
Because I could have, if that was, I'll tell you this, if this had been like a Snake Eyes, it would definitely have hit Artegue in the face. Though technically there are no fumbles in this game, but just because Snake Eyes speak to me that way. No, I think you managed to hit, I'm gonna draw, it's gonna be right here in the corner, if you will. It's gonna burn, instead of tossing it into the room, or maybe you do toss it into the room, but behind them. And it's just completely harmless over there. right now.
Of like rolls and clatters, doesn't even break. Just,
Yeah,
you know.
it might not even have broken exactly. And well, maybe it does break, but it breaks away from the skeletal creatures, so they have not been splashed by it. It was a brave attempt, though.
I tried.
Yes. Artegue, you've done your thing. I guess we're at a new turn where you get to be the aggressor again. And Briar is getting the heck out of here now because he has climbed all through this. Both him and Mogaland are in the clear. Parima just needs to get... Yeah, she gets out too, even though she is now very exhausted. She takes another point in exhaustion, but she does get out finally.
I think Eldrida precedes me.
Yes, she does.
I'm trying. Okay. Next step here. We've got sizzling glacial water.
Yes.
You said that there are stones that are around here. Oh, in my survival gear, do I have a small campfire shovel? It would make sense.
It would make sense.
Because I have outdoor gear and personal survival gear. I bust out my small campfire shovel and try to use that to aid me in digging so that I can throw this sword in the acid that is down there. I mean, I really don't know how else to deal with a magical sword.
I want you both, since you're working on this together, I want one of you to roll a stone roll, because it's really, stone to dig things. You need your strength for that.
I have at least a 2, so I'll probably do it.
You can add a single die because no, Sifanu can't really help because he's terrible at helping with stone. So
terrible at helping.
Yes,
that's cold.
You're just
that's
weak.
cold.
So,
I'll just roll my 2.
Yeah, you just rolled your 2. You have started digging away. That's all I can say for now.
But can I? My aunt taught me how to survive. I think this is a very survival-y kind of digging situation.
Okay, if you want to re-roll that second die, I'll allow it. That means that you check off your final experience there, and when you
nope, damn it. Okay,
get a chance to take a rest, you can level up.
Okay, I tried to get more successes.
Yes. Well, you're digging and digging and digging really hard as these things are... You can't see them yet, which is probably a good thing, because that means you don't have to do the fear check yet. But they are there, and they are horrifying. Nefria, Artegue, Sifanu, what are we doing? Artegue's holding the door, the door, Hodor. Are you the Hodor of this campaign?
I mean, I really hope it doesn't go that way. But, hey, I'm open to change.
They are the attackers this time, aren't they?
No, I'm the attacker this time.
You were this time. Okay, fine. That's great.
Because last time they actually hit my armor.
Yeah, they did.
It was terrible.
I'll roll their strength here, since we're talking about it. You have your 46.
Jeez, well, hold on.
That was not good for you.
Oh.
No, hold on. I know I've got something applicable here. Hold on a moment. Yeah, well, no, I'm not even using my Warhammer. That's unfortunate.
You're not. No, I don't think any of those apply, because,
normally, yeah, I have other uses for that one with skeletons even, but not without actually using a hammer. Okay, yeah, I just get hammered. Cool, there's my turn.
Yeah, well, exactly. It doesn't go through, because there was no extra 6s. They need 2 6s to get through you, get through your armor, and there was none, so...
I'm getting my literal bell rung.
Yep. Gong, dong, gong. Your armor is lovely. Nefria, what are you doing?
Oh man. I do not. I don't know. I guess I could help dig. Can I use my inexhaustible knapsack? Like, can I just reach in there and see if there's something in there that'll help me dig?
Absolutely.
Like a big old earth mover. I think that would be kind of fun to use. All right, so let's
pull out a backhoe if you could. Just a backhoe would be great.
Right? Like, So, inexhaustible knapsack. How do I rock this?
You spend a fate die, and you
Okay.
roll a, what did we say? You roll a water roll. And, it's an everyday tool, so that's a difficulty 1.
All right, so that's 4 die.
Knapsack
Yeah, it
for
works.
Earth Mover.
You have it!
All right, so I am going to use my Earth Mover to help dig.
Yep.
Help speed that up.
That gives you a gear die bonus for having a tool. So now, Nefria, you have your 2 stone plus 1 for having a shovel. So that's 3 dice. Eldrida can help with 2 dice of stone. So Eldrida, roll your 2 dice of stone to give bonuses to Nefria.
Do it. Do it, do it, do it.
No! You get in her way. You stumble on the stones as you're trying to get into like a good position for her to dig. Slip a little bit, and now Nefria has less space to work with, so she only has 2 dice.
Oh, cool.
We are the best.
I believe in you.
But
I
it is
believe
2
in me, too.
successes. It's success at cost here, Nefria. I guess you take a point of exhaustion as you're working really hard to get down here.
Yes, I'll
Sweat
take exhaustion.
coming down your forehead.
Sorry.
And I'm gonna say that between the success Eldrida already has and your 2, you can see the green stuff underneath. You have that space now.
Woohoo!
All right,
Start,
throwing the sword in.
start shoving it in.
The Reavers are going to go, get them outside! Get out fast! Nefria, come!
Yeah, Neff, go.
Protect the Packmaster!
You're squishy.
I allow myself to be carried away by my friends.
They are carrying you out. That's for
Hooray!
Good boys.
And if we could all get out of here, I could at least go to a place where I could use a hammer.
sure. Exactly.
And I have applicable experiences.
Is the
Yep.
sword doing anything when it goes in the acid?
You're putting the sword in the acid. I mean, maybe you have no idea yet. You'll have to stay and watch if you want to find out. Sifanu, what are you doing? Are you trying to scramble out of there?
Is there's still a die of magic to the ground, right?
Yeah, it will be around. Well, yes, there will be. There will be.
Can you just unnecromancy them?
That's what I'm gonna try. Because it's
Okay.
really powerful. I don't know if I'm gonna succeed, but I'm gonna at least focus on the one in front of Artegue.
Necrokinetic blast. Is that what we're saying?
I believe in you.
We're saying a necrokinetic blast, aren't we?
Yeah. I'll throw in a fate die as well.
You can do that. This is where I would find it. That is.
We roll great.
a lot
We
of ones, and one of them being on the. You are becoming ever more known as a horrible sorcerer of nefarious deeds. Increase your experience by another point. Reputation. This is the second time that happened, so you now have a reputation of 2 for being an evil sorcerer.
I need to
I
hide
was about
you,
to
my
say,
friend.
can I reroll?
Oh yes, you can, of course. What
I
kind
totally
of
have
experience
necromancy.
are you using that? Oh, you accidentally raised a rat and it scared me. Is that the one?
Yeah, I'm totally gonna use that.
Yes. Very well. Then you can, in fact, re-roll that. I guess all the ones are being re-rolled.
Yes.
You could even re-roll the 4, like if you want 6s. 6s are good to have.
And I see one
I'll
success.
just-
Well, it's more successes at the very least.
Yeah.
So no
I'm happy.
ones this time. So you don't gain another reputation point. You have a lot of successes, which is quite enough to do the blast. It will do 2 points of damage because it's necrotic and all that. And the restless warrior stumbles back. There is like chunks of its body falling off. The right arm is just gone. It still has the left arm there, and it's not down yet. But you have hurt it considerably in a way that Artegue hasn't even scratched it.
Alright, then if I still can, I'm gonna get the hell out.
You will do that next turn, of course, because that was your turn. Which means that Artegue has to hold out for another turn.
Okay, Artegue.
Do their thing.
I think you're the aggressors next time.
I am. And
Yeah.
it's still standing there, but I'm gonna give you 2 bonus dice for that necrotic blast because it did damage.
Would you believe I'll take them?
I believe in you. Finish him off.
Yeah. That was a terrible
Oh, yeah.
roll for being so many dice. But I guess, you did some damage.
Listen, rolling any 6s at all is a real success.
You
for me. It's a
win
win.
the
It's a win.
duel, you do 2 points of damage, and the thing is now disintegrating between that necrotic energy and the previous damage you did with the stick. It is in fact collapsing to the ground, and all the body pieces are still moving. Like the hand is moving, the legs are moving. It's just not intact anymore.
It's less dangerous
But the
when
body
it's
parts
just a
of the
limb.
skull is kind of trying to bite you. The arms are... The other one is going to fill the gap, right? Because why it's now possible. So Eldrida and Sifanu will get the heck out of here, I guess.
You want to take the evil sword with you?
You would have to put your hand into the acid to do that, though.
Well, I mean, does it look like it's melting at all?
Not as such, no.
I was kind of worried about giving it back to the king. That was all.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would be worried about that.
Well, this was the necromancer's idea. Great.
I don't know what to tell you. I'll grab it out of the acid if you come hold the door.
No. Great. I grab
you
it.
don't have time for discussions. The undead
Sorry.
is there and going to go for you.
I
Eldrida,
grab it
what do
from
you
the
do?
acid. I'll take whatever damage from my. This is no bueno, and I run outside.
Yep. 1 point of damage because of your hand in acid. Sifanu also afterwards, I guess?
Yep.
Okay. Since there's no other people in the way, you can easily get out. And Sir Artegue can now also get himself out.
Yeah, I've never asked. How does running away work?
Fire check, actually.
Right. I am
Which is 2.
rolling away.
That was terrible.
You say that when I roll a lot.
Yeah.
No. Everyone says that when I roll a lot. It's fine.
I will roll their strength because
hold
they're
on.
smacking you.
Let me see.
Ooh. But I roll as bad!
Sir, we both suck.
They thought, exactly. They thought you were gonna stand and fight, clearly, these mindless things. Smart they are not. You are basically just taking a step back and moving away, and it just kind of tumbles a bit, and it's still standing there, surprised that you are not there anymore, and that allows you to make your way out if you want.
Oh yeah, I would like to get outside the real door, and then draw
There's
a
a
real
bunch
warhammer.
of people there who just put that stone slab right down, boom, in front, because like the reavers are standing by with the stone slab and just seal it.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
I go
Okay.
over to Parama and I'm like, my paw. But my hand, my paw.
Yeah, she
Well,
will. She will look. Oh, she can in fact try to say a prayer to Kmorda for you if you want. She will do that for you.
And I also throw the
will
evil
spend one
sort
of
of
her-
evil onto the ground
I'll.
and try to figure out what to do with that nonsense.
Yeah, she will. She will. I'll spend one of her dice, one of her GM fate dice, because I have those, and use that to. Let's see now. I didn't include it there because, of course, it wasn't available for the players to get. Kmorda's Gift of Frost. There we go. Yes. All sorts of misery can be healed. She will do that. She's gonna heal 1 point of misery for you, Eldrida, and I will roll her. I think it's water, isn't it? Yes. Plus a fate die. This is, of course, creationist magic.
Ooh.
Yes.
Holy crap!
I feel
Henry
amazing.
build her. Oh my gosh.
She will.
I
in
feel
fact,
better than before.
Yes. Her own exhaustion is healed. Eldrida's damage is healed.
And you got a mani-pedi.
She can heal. Let's see now. Anyone else? needs
I
some
think
healing?
I have the point of exhaustion.
Yeah, no longer.
I have a point of exhaustion after that combat.
Yeah. So 4 points of misery in total. So bump, done.
Okay.
She's the best member of our party. I just want you
She
to
is.
know.
I'm sorry, Sifanu.
The-
She's now the best wizard I know.
The icy cold that goes through her
She's getting
hands
player
as
of the game.
she lays on your hands just removes all the pain immediately.
I just hug her and I say, "You're just so I'm so glad I met you."
We found the weapons. We have done what the Kvur said we should do. We are fulfilling the prophecy, are we not? The prophecy
Yes.
said that the last ice druid, which is me, will summon the power of Kmorda, the glacier. I think we are supposed to use these weapons against the Shagolites, are we not?
I mean, I imagine, but this sword is not good, apparently. I point to the evil one with the demon head.
Indeed. Then
Well, it must be the other ones then that are the weapons we're supposed to use.
I don't know. We
Maybe-
never even got to the other door, and now we have undead guys banging on a rock.
Well, we can fight the
yep.
undead guys now that we're out here. It's just I can't fight them inside with a stick.
I say we send Gustaki in first.
How you hear the howl of your
Oh, gosh.
reavers around you.
Nefria?
That's great.
They are
Haka, who's coming?
they're coming, the scouts are coming from all directions. Haka is looking up. He's going up on one of the mounds and then he's running up on the other one and his ears are backwards. He looks absolutely frantic. The dead are rising.
Like
Sifanu!
everywhere?
Oh,
Everywhere.
man, I do it.
The
Oh
whole
my God.
valley.
What did you do?
I think we were safer in the crypt.
We have to leave now, Nefria,
Well,
says Haka.
No, we have to stop this. We can't.
We have to go.
I
Nefria,
think
lead us away, says north or south.
Sifanu, what are the odds that killing the king ends this?
Anu, what do we do?
Uh,
I look at
Okay.
Deidre. Do you know what's going on? Can you fix it?
Deidre? No.
No, I'm just
I
a
just felt
dancer.
all the powerful magics, and there is something really wrong here. She actually looks not at all pleased the way she usually is. Not her usual sultry self. She's just wide-eyed at this point. Even Mogerland looks a bit concerned and surprised. This is an
Can-
unexpected turn of events, she says.
Can any of you read these words on the frame of the mirror? Try that, maybe?
Briar will look at the text. Oh, this is most ancient language. It's beyond my skills, I'm afraid. Also Mogerland also doesn't know what it says.
What about these runes on the blade of the scimitar with the golden snakes?
Wait, Briar can. He will use some of my storyteller fate dice for his learning, because he has a lot of that. So I will roll. I've never used so many. I know the language. It is the dead tongue of Ithilgrom. I do not know how to read it, though. That is a bit of a problem, I suppose. Huh.
Any idea what these runes might represent? Like bad, good, earth, sky? Okay.
Possibly arcane lore, magic? I do not know. But these are certainly invaluable artifacts that we have to bring back to Tricoria. It will confirm Tassimbar's amazing conclusions.
What about this
We
rune on
don't have
the...
time for this, says Haka. We need to go now.
If all the dead are rising, we have to stop it.
Yeah, like we kind of need to make a decision as to whether or not we're running or trying to get back inside this place to finish it, but we can't just sit here reading things.
Okay, well.
You will notice that Roba and Shalaban and they are not waiting around. They are legging it at this point.
Are they heading back to... All right, so they're out.
They're moving towards Arhem. They are just, yeah, we're out. Nope. Gistaki stays with Deidre. She looks very much like she wants to head out as well. I am no hero, she says. She's looking to you, Sifanu.
Can you stop this, Sifanu?
I can try.
I don't think there's no offense, Sifanu. I don't think there's any way Sifanu can counteract a eons old magical necromantic spell.
What about...
Technically, Sifanu, you are a novice necromancer with that single rank. And yes, this is... Yeah.
What about
some kind of
what about
master.
Parama and the prophecy?
That's about Kmorda, and I don't know if it's about this. I'm confused, says Parama.
I'm confused.
But if the Shagolites attacked, is this something the Shagolites did?
Maybe.
Only if they did it eons ago.
Then
thousands
that
of
cannot
years
have
ago.
been them.
I think whatever this wound is and the clearly mad necromancy affiliated king that did it, like, predates the Shagolites?
Yeah.
Is there snow on the ground?
Not much around here, no.
Okay.
Parima is kind of racking her head a bit. I rolled her wind here to check. I think the prophecy is about the Shagolites because the Shagolites destroyed my order, right?
Yeah.
And I think that is where we're supposed to go with the weapons.
I agree.
To
The
your order.
Cruri talked about the green men. They are... I don't think they mean the restless, though maybe some of the restless look a bit green because they were in the earth so long. But they have... I don't know how these Walking Dead fit into everything.
Okay, let's start heading towards Arham and see how far this goes. I think that's the best way.
Take me away.
Is it confined to this location or is it like all over?
Well, I
That's
mean,
a good question, isn't it?
Even if it is restrained to this location, and I'm happy to leave with the rest of the party, but I'm just going to say, even if it's confined to this location, you're going to find an ancient undead king with malevolent intent and a fully functioning undead army.
I mean, I'm fine with killing the king.
But this place is also known as being forbidden and off limits. This is probably why.
They're going to leave. But
Very
okay,
much say
again, I'm
going
happy
to-
to go.
Arhem? But the Iron Tower is over there. She points to the northeast.
The complete opposite direction.
Yeah, Arhem is south, and the Iron Tower is northeast.
Hey, the wound in the earth, there was a bull with red blood like leaking from it into the earth. Maybe if we healed the wound? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, but to do that, the first thing you have to do is move the
As you are
3
talking-
remaining undead out of our way.
I mean,
As you're-
I vote for killing the king.
As you are talking now, you can hear steps out on the moorlands slushing.
Yep. Nope.
through-
Sorry, we took too long. We gotta go. Killing the
Yeah,
king's not an
gotta
option
go.
anymore.
So
They're
northeast
way
or
out
south?
there.
What?
They're
Northeast
way
of-
out there.
If I can hear their steps on
Here,
the moor,
here, they're not that far away.
they're not that far.
I mean, the moment you just look out across the moors, you can see hands coming out of the dirt, dead people forcing themselves out of the grip of the ground, some of them missing limbs. It's the entire field.
The only thing I've got left is, I suppose, I'll run over and see if I can disengage that bull.
That's an interesting
Because I know
proposition.
I know it's in position very firmly, but what if we apply elbow grease?
You will
Okay.
have to go in with the king and at least one or two other wrestlers.
No. He means the bull that got us in.
Oh
there.
no, I mean the statue down.
Oh, that
the
statue.
one down
Yes.
here. Yeah, no, we can't go inside unless
No,
we can
okay.
actually fight
That's
the king.
fair. Yeah, I was going. Are you suicidal, sir?
I respect that you were gonna let me do it though.
You run down there. You will be able to roll a strength roll.
Don't make me roll dice.
Terrible.
It's just really tiring. It's
Yes, take a point of exhaustion. You get it off of there. You break off part of it, but you have the rest in your hand.
oh well, I tried. That's not gonna help us.
And so you run away from the. The only thing I need to know at the moment is, as we are coming to the end of the session, let's go to the larger map, shall we? Of Marjura. Are
What
you
a
going
disaster.
to go towards Arhem or towards the Iron Tower as you leave Cruri behind in the dark?
I just unleashed an undead army on the land. I'm not
No,
going
no,
back
no,
to
no, no.
town.
Sifanu did, and we're going toward the Iron Tower. That's what's
Going
happening.
towards the
Yeah,
Iron Tower.
they're gonna go for. They're gonna go towards town for all the tasty brains. I don't want to be anywhere near there.
I can tell you that Dija, Gistaki, Roba, and Shulaban are all going south to Arhem. They're like, we're out. Yeah, we're going.
Good luck to them.
But Mogerland says, I am still feeling the pull to the north. If you do not mind, I would love to go with you.
I'm fine with her.
My journey is not over yet. Ever north, she says.
Nefria, before the rest of them run off to Arhem, would you perhaps take a moment and impress upon them that including themselves and us in this story is going to be dangerous to them? Loose lips sink ships.
Sure. I will impress upon them. But I think I'll probably I can use like my profanities and roll a fate die to
Yep.
try to convince them to be silent.
Yep.
Be quiet. All right. So then that becomes my water plus 1 fate die.
Yep, so 4 dice. Basically, you are giving them a proper word, if you will.
Yes,
And that
yes.
succeeds. It will do 2 points of doubt to them, and they haven't had the chance to rest properly yet. So, Roba will listen to you very attentively. Also, your destiny, Nefria, is to take down the oppressive Tricorian colonists and free Trinsmyran. And I hate to say it, but if this undead army, if you will, marches on Arhem and destroys it, that's exactly what you will
I
have
was
done.
thinking that.
So, 3 fate dice to you for destiny.
Cool.
You're very welcome.
Nice.
I
Nice.
I
have a
mean,
question.
the tool doesn't matter, does it?
Do the
I-
do the undead seem to be going toward the center, like toward the king, or do the undead seem to be following the evil sword that we still have, or do they just seem to be moving about mindlessly?
At this moment, they seem to be moving about mindlessly. Maybe those who are closest to the King's Mound are moving that way, yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
So-
good luck to Arhem.
I think we need to go west a little bit to meet up with the giant and his son, and then head to the Iron Tower.
Why are we meeting up with the giant and his son?
Because we want them on our team.
Yeah.
As we said we would.
Okay.
'Cause
I
it's
wasn't
a
there.
giant.
That's why I'm asking.
Like,
Yeah, Great Thule and his son are going to meet us to the east of the marshland. So that they.
I'm also gonna give Sifanu one for his bane about learning new magics, about, you know, because the whole king and necromancy, it fits, doesn't it?
Well,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like,
I think
oops.
I love some ancient artifacts.
And I also have all
later
these
on. That's
artifacts.
for the temporary goal.
I've got the temporary goal too of all these artifacts strapped to my back.
Yes, this is true. But we'll go over the temporary goals after the session, as it were. I think this is, in fact, where we end today's adventure in Marjura
This is
with
terrible.
the awakening of an oops. You will not.
All I wanted to do was try to heal the wound in the earth, and
I will give you
instead
a-
we unleashed an army.
I will give you a cutscene, something that none of your characters will see because you're not there. Inside the mound, the restless king and his other guard break down the doors, they move through it, but they do not go first to the stone slab to go outside. Oh no. They turn left, and they go through the hallway into the bull. And then the king lies down on all fours and lies under that flood of red earthen blood and drinks deeply before he rises and wipes his mouth. The king has risen. And so we end tonight's episode.
enjoy your zombie horde.
Zombie horde. All right, we will meet again in 2 weeks, and who knows how this will end for Marjura.
Hopefully,
World.
Tricoria not as their leaders anymore, not as their oppressive rulers.
Hopefully, I mean, there will be no one left to rule once it's just a sea of corpses.
Mission accomplished.
Indeed.
Definitely interrupted the sulfur trade.
Ever so
Yeah.
slightly, maybe, yes.
Wow.
And
All right.
if my dude dies, well, he didn't join the Tricorian side, so, you know, halfway there.
Well, we'll see what happens before we get to the end of this. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm just gonna say again, violence would have been a great answer. If we just killed those idiots, they wouldn't have set off any of that chain of events.
Violence.
Oh, good game, sir. Good game.
Thank you, Mikhail. Good game.
See you later.
Yep.